I'm the one. I'm the one of one. I'm the one. Before me, it was none. I didn't have an example of me. You see, the niggas that came home later to become rappers had the example of me. Niggas had the example of me. You got niggas that came home after that and became rappers. But who did they have whether they admitted it or not, I had to be your inspiration. If you was from New York State,
right,
and you came out after I had made an impression in the game, I was your inspiration. I had to be.
Right.
Whether you liked the way I rap or didn't, I had to be your inspiration because you knew for a fact that I was in there. You knew for a fact that I was a part of that shit, and you knew for a fact that I was suffering the same way everybody else was. So what I'm saying to you is this: I did not have no examples. I did not have any inspiration. There was no me.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard. Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got is the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now I'm rock with you niggas.
All right, we back. My expert opinion. We don't even bother at this point.
You don't bother. Everybody else knows.
I don't bother.
Ghost.
Shout out to everybody
Ghost
watching. If it's your first time watching, hit that like, hit that share. Let everybody know you in here. Don't cost you no paper unless you's a mother hater. Hit that subscribe button. Click all. Click all. You don't want to miss nothing. It's the fastest growing podcast in hip hop history all over this mother. Shit is crazy. My man MECC's in the building. Sean Bigger, man of God. I got the guys in the building. Splat Murder. What's up? Gat Murder. He said that shit last time. He's like, niggas gonna think my name's Splat, son. Stop doing that. HYNAKEN.
Yeah, nigga.
What's good?
Shit.
We still waiting for HYNAKEN After Dark, bro.
Oh, it's coming. I've been talking to Ghost behind the scenes. We got to figure out where we're gonna trek all the whores.
You know, y'all some funny niggas, man.
Why? What are you talking about?
Because I started this drop shit, and I'm gonna do this on camera. I started the drop shit because certain people were saying, I got artists hitting me up. I'm waiting.
I never said that.
No?
I never said that.
See how the Queens niggas move all of a sudden? You see how these
That's
Queens
why we added a
get?
Brooklyn nigga in, extra Brooklyn today.
That's what it is. ESSO, what's good?
Chilling, man. Just enjoying
How's Mom and Pop?
life.
How's Mom and Pop?
Pops is good. Mom's up and down, but I think I convinced him to finally move up to New York and just live with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You got to clap it up. Facts. Yo. I got somebody in the building. If there was a stat sheet, right? You talking determination, aggression, realness, all across the board with the hundreds. Crazy. Somebody who is almost the epitome of what it is to be a Brooklyn nigga. A role model for a whole generation of rappers. When I say role model, I don't mean intentionally, but he definitely started some trends and waves out here that was incredible. His story alone, I'm baffled that there's not a documentary on this guy yet. I'm sure it's coming though. We got Maino in the Where
What's
do
up,
we
brother?
start?
Wherever you want to start, brother.
Yo, man, can I interject?
Wherever you want to start, my nigga.
I got a tradition with Maino. Every time we get on camera, I like to say congratulations.
To what?
You're still undefeated on camera.
On camera?
Yes. He's like, you want me to see me lose? I was like, nah, I want to keep seeing you.
A lot of people would like that. But
Nah, keep winning.
Keep winning. I mean,
winning.
Hey, listen, that's what we that's what it's always been about, was winning. Was taking the things that we was going through, finding a lane, finding an option to be outside of the street, to finding a way out, a doorway into some other shit. See, the thing is like, you know, when you really was a part of the street, and you really was a part of the life, rap for me, and I've always said this, was always a way out for me. I never, like, you go back 10 years ago and see me say the same thing. It was always that. So to still be here, you know, right now, to be on the billboards right now, to have a dope project out right now, to have a hit record right now, man, like, I'm humbled at the same time, because everybody don't get the opportunity to, you know, press reset, to reinvent, to restart, to do them all over again. You understand? So it feels good just to be here.
Yeah.
First of all.
All right, so let's rewind. Let's take it all the way back to Maine, running around in Brooklyn. Was it a low-life situation?
Never was low life.
Never was low-life. All right.
I was never in no gang. I was, you know, I was family, man. I'm from N.A. Rock. You know, I was, you know, the people that's my friends was my brothers.
Right.
And, you know, we ventured out in the street very early in life. And, you know, no different than any other ghetto. You know, we come from, you know, families that you know, that had drug addiction and, you know, and had issues, you know, and we got into the street very early. You know, we was getting in trouble early, you know, for lack of better words, we was bad young kids, you know, and I ended up in the system like so many other young kids that were at risk, you know, juvenile and Sparfit and, you know, and DFY, you know, group homes.
Let's talk before you got to the system.
Yeah.
What was that era of
Yeah.
Brooklyn like? That downtown Brooklyn.
Downtown Brooklyn.
You know what I mean?
Albert Square Mall. When we pulled up to Hoyt and Skimmerhorn and walked through McCory's, you understand? And we came out on Flatbush, because we walked all the way through McCory's and stuff like that, and came out on Flatbush. You know, it was a hell of an era. You know, it's a coming of age. You know, when kids who had no other choice but to be in the street because there was nothing else going on at home. Right. You know, this is all our stories. You know, this is the stories of young black kids who ventured in the street to find something, to find, you know, because maybe, you know, a lot of our parents the homes weren't as together as we wanted them to be. Right. You know? And
man, environment was crazy.
Environment was crazy.
I used to live on Quincy between Nostrand and Marcy.
Oh, really? Oh, that's, yeah. See, I'm from Clifton between Nostrand and Marcy.
When I was real young.
Yeah.
And that whole area.
Yeah.
I mean, when people say, oh, yo, you could have found something out. I don't think they know the geography of what it was like then.
See, it's always easy to say that.
Right.
Right? And these conversations go back 30 years. You know, when they say, yo, you could just do something else. Say no to drugs, right? And just go get a job, you know? But when you're young and you're impressionable and you're in an environment that produces, you know, criminality, so to speak, right? And it's like, you know, you come outside, you see drug dealers, you see niggas that's taking money, you see all that.
Look, just being realistic, you see crack vials.
All
everywhere,
that, right? But that's
all over the street.
Right,
everywhere.
But you don't idolize that though. You may idolize the ones that's on the opposite end of that.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. So you come out your house, you idolizing the niggas that's getting money, you idolizing the nigga that's taking money. Right. You idolizing the gangsters, you idolizing niggas that got big rope chains on and you know, and cables on and Gucci links, and you idolizing that, you understand, because there's something missing in our households. So
there's nothing to look up to.
Right, so you say, yo, get a job and just do the right thing. You gotta, it's even to this day, you gotta give somebody an option, a real option,
right,
before you say just don't do that, right? So what, I'm gonna put this crack down, I'm gonna put my gun down, I'm gonna put this dope down. What you got for me? You understand? It's kind of that simple.
Yeah.
We need realistic options, realistic plans before you just throw out these broad ideas and slogans because it don't fit. Because everybody in my the young niggas that went to jail, 90s, the early 90s, 91, 92. That's my generation, 90. They just coming home now. They just coming home now. You know how painful a thought that is? They just coming home now in the last 5 years. Now, they just coming home now. They don't, I'm talking about, imagine 17, 18, and 20 plus years later, they just getting back now. You know what that feel like? That's my generation. They just getting back now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You understand? That's a crazy thought to me. You understand? Because we were victims of those laws. They fixed us up.
Yeah.
You know, when you go back and see the old footage, when they talk about super predators and, you know, and the stiffer gun laws and the stiffer charges and the military, when they made the police stations militarized, right? That was that era when Pataki came and Giuliani came, put more police. This is the era that you see more black men go to prison for longer times. That was my, I see niggas and I'm like, damn, you did what? I did 28. You did 28 years? 28. I've been licking pussy.
Yeah.
Damn. Boy.
Yeah, it's like
you know
time
what
travel.
that feel like?
Yeah.
Boy, I've been living, man.
Totally different world.
It's a totally different world. So when you understand that pain, you understand that era. It ain't just my story, but it's a whole generational story. I always represented a voiceless generation of young niggas that was really in the street, of young niggas that was really shooters, of young niggas that was really getting money. I was one of those niggas that was really active. And when we went to jail, we really was active in the prison. You know, they got a lot going on YouTube now where they telling the stories of, you know, what was going on in the Fall building. I don't know if you've been catching wind to that. What was going on in the Fall building in the, you know, early 90s. And it's stories from niggas that was legends, that became legends in prison systems. And the stories is legendary. And I just sit back and I say, wow, I was a part of that. My name come up in that. But I said I was a part of that. But the difference between me and them is that I got the opportunity to live. I got the opportunity to, those years not my best years. I'm not living in the past.
Right.
You understand? So I got the opportunity to put my best foot forward, to get out here and to make a difference. You know, whether you love it, hate it, love it, or not.
Carve out a different path.
You know, I feel you on that because that's my generation. And I came from that, I am that. But I gotta be honest, man, there was some monsters. Monsters that came from my generation. Of
course.
And if they wasn't locked up and they didn't do that 28, they might have been dead and some other people out here that's walking around might have been dead.
I identify with that because I felt like I would have been dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, I identify with that truly, but, you know, that goes back to what I was saying about not having the guidance or the understanding and to be lost, you know, because that's really what we were. We and it's sad when you really think about, you know, the men that's in their 40s now, they lost their whole childhoods, you know, in the prison system because, you know, them coming up, before they got in the prison system, we already was lost. We was already in Sparfit. We was already in the group homes. We was already in DFY. We was already going through shit that maybe we shouldn't have been going through. So that's the real story. So, you know, I had a meeting with the mayor. Everybody saw that. And the meeting, a lot of people, I see people talking about it, they don't know what they're talking about. The thing was, there was talk about banning drill music. And I said, well, if you want to talk about, you can't make a blatant statement about banning drill music without actually speaking to the premier drill artist. So I was with Fabio. Shout out to Fabio. I love that boy, right?
Shout out to Fabio.
Right, he came to me, said, yo, big homie, they talking this, and this. I said, listen, I'm gonna make a call, we're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna try to organize a meeting. And we went up there, and my thing with the mayor was this. I wanted to first introduce him to what drill music really was. Drill music is a sound, it's not an action. You understand? It's a sound, it's not an action, right? So you could get the beat, right? You could talk about love on the beat. I can get the same beat and talk about my enemies, right? So is it the music or is it the user, right? So you got people that drive cars, millions of cars on the road every day. Some people drive fast and recklessly. Some people drive cautiously. So is it the car fault that this nigga ran up?
Well, what does the drill mean?
The drill, I think, is from the content of what was being spoke about on the music, right?
Right.
You know what it is. We understand. Doing drills, we spinning.
Yeah.
It's the same shit been going on in the ghetto since before we was born.
Right.
Niggas been sitting around waiting for their enemies to come outside, go to work or go to school or whatever, and been tightening niggas up. This has been going on. This is not new.
Right.
So whether you call it drill, we call it spinning, or we just call it we sitting, or we laying, it's the same thing. What is you talking about?
Today we like laying on them. We just said that today.
We laying on the nigga. Like,
We just said that shit today. We was like, yo, laying on the
same
nigga.
thing.
Right.
The music just heightens it. And some of the music, I understand. Some of the music, some of what's being said is like, I want to tell these young niggas, I want to say, damn, boy, look. Understand that, and this is what I do tell them. If you actually doing some shit, law enforcement gonna do their job.
Yeah.
And part of their job is to listen to what the fuck you talking about and watch the videos that you actually going back and forth at.
And they do that,
So,
and they've been doing it.
Yeah, so
At least 10,
you gotta-
12 years.
20
I remember
years.
shooting videos for Smack,
And they own it.
and the boys pull up and go, yo, Math. And I'm like, yeah, we watched the Smacks.
How many years people thought Hip Hop Police was fake? Like, that was
Nah,
a
shit,
go.
that's a
And
real
we, and
thing.
we was in the game. We knew they was really real
but
because
outside of the game,
they was
people
hollering your name for real. Walking to the store.
But we going too far into the future. Too far into the future. Slow walk this one. Abandoned buildings, crack everywhere. The guys that's the role models are the guys that's around. The people who got jobs, they go to their jobs. The jobs get better, they move the fuck out the hood. So who are we left to see? Who's still there with us? The guys getting money.
Right.
Now you witnessed those guys. You became a part of that lifestyle. You went to jail for kidnapping. How many years did you do?
I did 10 years.
10 years.
Could have been home in 5, but
We was catching wreck in there.
You was from Brooklyn. It's
Yeah.
understandable.
It's understandable.
It's understandable. You was from Brooklyn.
yeah,
And you went in young, too.
yeah, I did. I think I did.
What led to that situation?
He didn't say
To which
nothing.
situation?
to the actual kidnapping?
That was the plane that we was on. Meaning, we was already in that zone. We was already doing things in that nature. You know, I never made myself out to be the biggest gangster, or I never made myself out to be, you know, a victim. You know, I would say that I was actively wholeheartedly, 100% involved, all the way.
Right.
At that time, I never knew or never wanted to be anything other than what I was. So, you know, that actual crime really wasn't far-fetched from any other thing that we was actually doing.
All right. So you guys came up with this plan. We're gonna get the plug.
Right.
Walk me through that.
We didn't know what we was doing. As simple as that. We didn't know what we was doing. Phone calls were too long. You know, law enforcement had something back in the days called the trap, where if you was on the phone for a minute, they were able to trace that back. And that was really what it was. We was putting phone calls and saying, yo, we want this and we want that. You know, we was young niggas. We were very inexperienced in this area. When I say that it wasn't far-fetched from us doing this. This was a small graduation from the things that we had done. We had done some shit.
Right.
But the phone calls were too long. Law enforcement was able to trace the calls and basically come get us. As simple as that.
So how'd you get found? Meaning that
Just like that.
No, meaning that you said that you was lost in the streets and all that, right?
Oh.
So after you did all of that stuff, when did you get found? When did you find yourself in jail? Like, what was the decision
when you started that sentence? Who's in court with you when you were being sentenced? Was anybody there?
I want to say my mother.
You want to say?
Yeah, because
it's blurry.
It's blurry then. My mother, I had a girl back then. You know, I was a popular young nigga, so I had a lot of girls back then.
Right.
But I had a girl back then, Nakaya. I think she was there. I had family there. I think my little brother was locked up at the time. Well, I never thought about that. It's been so many years since I thought about that, since on my sentencing. But you know, I was fortunate. I had a lot of support when I was as a young nigga, right? Anybody that ever did a bid with me, was up north with me, or would tell you that, you know, I always got a lot of visits. You know, a lot of girls would come see me. I was a popular young nigga before prison, and I was popular in jail. I was very popular. Yeah. You know, popularity didn't come with music for me. You know, anybody that knows me would tell you that, that really knows me. So I always had a lot of activity around me, as far as like a lot of visits. You know, a lot of different girls was coming down to see me. My whole time. It was all girls and my homies. A lot of homies would come and see me, you know, a lot of my friends. We was tight. And so, and I would have a lot of pictures. And wherever jail I was in, a lot of people would like to see my pictures. And, you know, because I had pictures of niggas that was in the street, and I had pictures of Big, and I had pictures of Kim, and, you know, niggas wanted to see that. Right. You know, so,
you had a picture with Big?
I had it wasn't pictures with me. It was like my niggas in the street.
Pictures, yeah.
Right, because they was active, they was outside.
Right.
You know, and, you know, niggas want to see that.
Yeah.
You know, so those are some, without trying to make myself trying to be this gangster nigga, those are some of the small things that are highlights in my moment, in my life. Like having so many pictures that everybody from Brooklyn, oh man, you bring your pictures out, man. I heard you got pictures of everybody. Yeah. You know, niggas wanted to see that. You know, so it was dope. So you know,
so you weren't like the come home. What's that? What's the cell phone?
Hell no.
You was getting all the information.
No, I came home, niggas. First of all, I came home twice, because I came home and then I caught a violation and came back home.
Right.
First came home. My niggas was outside. S500, brand new, 01. S500, black, outside, waiting for me. I get to the receiving room, they like, yo, you know, you need a bus ticket? I'm like, nope. I got my shit ready. I got my I'll never forget. I came home in an iceberg history. Icebergs, you know,
That
I
was
had
that.
Pepe Le
Remember
Pew
we talked
jean
about
suit.
Yeah, the Pepe Le Pew
Yeah,
joint.
you know, that was, you understand?
Mean.
Boom. They like, yo, there's something, you know, them crackers up there. There's somebody with a black Mercedes Benz. Like, that's me. So I'm saying this to show you who I was before music. Like, I was important to somebody.
Right.
Before this.
Right.
I was important to niggas.
And that helped a lot during the bid.
Yes, niggas, I was taken care of. And I had a rough bid, meaning I made my bid rougher because I was always getting in trouble. I was in over 10 different prisons. Elmira, Comstock, Clinton, Auburn, Coxsackie. I was always in the box. I did almost 4 years in the box.
How'd you keep your
Why they
sanity in
keep-
the... Oh, my fault.
Why'd they keep moving you around like that?
He was causing trouble everywhere.
No. I was having misunderstandings.
Pass me the lemonade on that note, please.
Let me get that, yeah.
Please pass that to me.
I was
thank you.
Shout out to Tropicana. Woo! Yeah, go ahead.
I was having misunderstandings as a young man. You know, I come up in a time when, you know, we was in the fall building and everything was about cutting, cutting. And that's what we did. We cut each other. You know, we cut niggas, and you know that's what it was about. When we went up north, we went up with the same mentality. That's what I'm saying. It gets deeper because it ain't so much about being a gangster, but it's more about being lost young kids that were trying to find themselves in a very violent environment.
Right.
And we cannibalized each other, you know, and it was very savage. And I got into a lot of problems. Some of those issues became popular, you understand? And I paid for every one of those, you know?
In what way?
Box time, nigga.
Oh.
Cracker say, you got a year in the box. You got 2 years in the box. Like, they put you on the roof if you let them. You know what I'm saying?
How'd you keep your health intact?
Your mind.
Your
All that.
hair? There's dudes that go to the box, they lose their hair, their health goes down, their skin tone change. You coming out younger and fresher.
How did you do 10 with no buns? You didn't get.
Right.
What
Yeah,
was
but-
that?
I got pussy one time, though.
Oh, okay.
I did get pussy one time while I was in
time.
prison. I was,
CO?
No, it was in jail. The girl gave me some pussy on a visit. And I couldn't believe it. I was like stuck on that.
You remember her name?
How the
Of
fuck?
course, I remember. I just told you I had a lot of girls come
Oh,
see
yeah.
me. I got pussy before. You know, they would bring me weed, and I was getting, you know.
Hold on, wait. You're
To answer your question,
not gonna skip past that. You're
Hold
not
on.
gonna skip past that. How did you pull off the smash on a visit?
I was in, so after I had been getting in a lot of trouble, it was a point in time I was like, man, I need to chill out. And I went to my first board, and I got hit, you know, with some you know, I think gave me 18 months or whatever. So I was like, man, I'm chilling out. And I had this girl, she was coming to see me. She was coming to see me a lot. And one day she came to see me, and she had this long dress on. And, you know, I was in Ogdensburg. It was a prison, it was a medium. So the visit room was a little more lax than it is in a max. And I was sitting on the edge of the table, she was sitting on the edge of the table, and she just slid up, threw her legs up a little bit, and I just slid under her a little bit, and I was just like,
Get what
I
you
got
gonna
me
get.
some buns.
How many years was it up until that time?
I ain't get no pussy until I had like maybe like 7 years in. Six, 7 years in. Yeah.
So hold on, that was like a 2-minute situation then.
I came though, nigga.
You came in her?
What?
You came in her, or you pulled that out?
Do a bear taking motherfucking shit in the woods and like this? Yes, he do, nigga. Fucking right. I was leaving that
That's
in
a
there.
Brooklyn nigga, yo.
I'm pull it out.
I'm nigga through with it.
You got me fucked all the way up. Hold on.
Yo, Becca and Bigger laughing.
Where I'm coming first of all, we ain't supposed to be fucking. Where I'm leaving this at? I'm not weird. Where I'm leaving it at? I'm getting her pregnant. Today. Bring my baby up here too. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. You crazy. Nothing, nigga.
So
in that.
what changed your mind frame around though? When did you decide to say I'm going positive and I'm going rap?
Whoever said I went positive? Never went positive. I went realistic. Woo! Positive
Realistic.
is the difference, my nigga.
Yeah.
It's like positive, man. I don't be pumping a false sense of positivity. Realistic, my nigga. What's up is up. What's down is down. Like, let's make sense of everything. I've always made simple sense of things. You understand? I was in the box. Like I was always known to be in. One of the guys is, oh man, he always in the box. He's Jermaine Coleman. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's always in the box. Yeah, we know him.
Yeah.
It's Friday night. Guys was rapping on the gate. I'm in Southport. Anybody know what Southport is? The whole jail is a box. The whole prison, 23 hours a day, the whole prison. Guys rapping. I'm listening to myself like, ooh, this sounds crazy. I like this. I always been an avid rap fan. But I said that night spoke to me and spoke to my soul.
Who was rapping?
Brothers on the Gate, nobody in particular. Like, that's the thing. It wasn't even like it was somebody that I had a affinity towards or somebody that I had a relationship with. It was just like, we in the box. And Southport got 21 cells on a gallery. I'm on my 10, I'm just listening. And he, boom, boom, boom. And rap was always a part of prison life. There was always niggas rapping in the cell, always niggas beatboxing in their cell, always niggas in the yard rapping. And it never was something that I was into because I always looked at it like, nigga, I'm a gangster. This is the dumb shit I was selling myself.
Right.
But that night it spoke to me and it spoke to my soul. And it said, man, when I wake up tomorrow, I'm gonna write me a rhyme. Because I was inspired by that. I was inspired by that. I never...
You wrote your first rhyme in prison.
In the box in Southport. Boy, like in Southport, the jet... Listen, if life is a totem pole, right?
Right.
Prison is the bottom of the totem pole, right? Of life, right? Of society. Well, being in the box is underneath that.
Yeah.
So we in the basement. I'm in the basement. I'm at the bottom floor of life, my nigga. Understand what I'm saying to you?
People losing their minds.
That's what I'm trying to understand. How'd you
Like,
keep
don't
your
understand,
sanity?
like, you don't understand
Yeah.
to me, like, my nigga, if I get emotional right now, it's because you don't understand. Like, nobody can tell me nothing. Like, nothing. Nobody can hurt me. Nothing ever said like, I was at the bottom floor like any other person. I was an inmate just like every other nigga. 92A, 54, 56, nigga. I was at the bottom floor and I heard niggas rapping and I said, damn. I want to write me a rhyme tomorrow. And I was inspired by them niggas, and it's because them niggas right there that I'm sitting here right now. I never wrote a rhyme. I never was no rapper, my nigga. I never had no dreams of being a rapper. Any nigga that was my niggas in the street that know me from when we was kids and we was with the shit that we was into, know that he don't write no rap. He ain't no rapper.
Right.
And I woke up that next morning. It was a Saturday, and I wrote my first rhyme, my nigga. And I wrote the rhyme, and it took me all day to write it because it was like, I'm trying to like make it, you know what I mean? And it was a painful rap. I can't remember exactly what I was talking about, but it was painful because it was like sitting in the cell, feeling like hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was something up to that. And it was like,
How many bars was it?
I don't know. I can count, but I still don't count bars now. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, it was something to do in a place that you really didn't have much to do. You either reading a book, you writing a letter, you sleeping, you crying, you
working out,
doing push-ups, you masturbating. What the fuck you doing? You not doing much. And I like what it did for me. It took my whole day. And I said, damn.
The whole day went by.
My whole fucking day went by. I wrote this rap. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Writing this rap.
And I kept doing it. And there was nothing special about what I was doing. I was no different than anybody. And I ain't have the heart to get out there and spit it on the gate like the rest of them niggas. They was rapping every day. I ain't had a heart to do that. Right. So it was my man, shout out to Carl Jr., because he was the porter. Porter would be the guy that was giving us the, it was one inmate that they would lock out and he would do the food and shit like that and give us our food. And I said, come over here, man. Listen to this. And I like whispered it to him. He was like, oh, that sounded all right. And I was like, word. And it gave me hope. And I tell people all the time, you can live off hope.
Right.
You can live off hope. You can live off the idea of having something to live for. You see, music at that point wasn't realistic to me. The idea was so far-fetched, you don't understand.
But was it even cool to be a rapper before you got locked up?
No.
Exactly.
I've never said this before, but I need you to follow me and understand me, right? And I'm really emotional with this because in that state, when I started rapping in the box in Southport, I started to think about, yo, what if I went home and did this? Now, mind you, I had no other examples to go from. Nobody had ever done that. Nobody had ever done a decade of time, 6, 7, 8 years, 9, 10 years, and came home and been a rapper. Of course, we knew of rappers that did bids and stuff like that, but nobody had ever done that and had commercial success. Nobody. So as I'm sitting up here saying, yo, maybe I should go home and do it, because Big and them started to pop. And then I'm like, oh shit, Big, like that, I'm from the neighborhood. And it's like, I'm starting to think, maybe I could do it. And I'm thinking about Kim, and I'm like, oh shit, maybe I could do that. And then I'm saying to myself, nah, I can't do that shit. I ain't no fucking rapper. I ain't no rapper.
Why?
Because it was, like what you said, it wasn't
cool.
It wasn't fashionable for niggas in my era to be rappers. We was looking at rap, oh, you rap nigga, you a rapping ass nigga, like you in the yard rapping. We was almost clowning niggas for that. Yeah. And it was so much to the point where when I got out of the box, I came out with that hobby, rapping. I'm back in Elmira. I was in Elmira for my second time. And like I said, I always able to use the phone and call home and get shit, call home and get visits and packages. My niggas was there for me.
Now you got some rhymes,
but no. I never told nobody.
That you was rapping?
Never.
Why?
How could he?
How could I? It was too delicate in my mind. I was already self-conscious about it. Yeah. Right? I ain't no rapper. What I look like being a rapper. Then here's it is, I'm calling niggas that really know me all my life, and they know me for one thing. Man. Yo, man.
I rap.
You been in jail 6, 7 years. That's not a realistic thought. You see.
But did you think they was gonna discourage you?
Of course, that's what I thought.
Yeah, because he's not a rapper.
So you was protecting the dream.
I was protecting it because I want niggas to understand what I'm saying. I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one of one. I'm the one. Before me, it was none. I didn't have an example of me. You see, the niggas that came home later to become rappers had the example of me. Niggas had the example of me. You got niggas that came home after that and became rappers. But who did they have whether they admitted it or not, I had to be your inspiration. If you was from New York State,
right,
and you came out after I had made an impression in the game, I was your inspiration. I had to be.
Right.
Whether you liked the way I rap or didn't, I had to be your inspiration because you knew for a fact that I was in there. You knew for a fact that I was a part of that shit, and you knew for a fact that I was suffering the same way everybody else was. So what I'm saying to you is this: I did not have no examples. I did not have any inspiration. There was no me.
You became the inspiration.
I became the inspiration. It was me. I'm one of one. There's nobody. I never speak on that.
Right.
I never speak on it because you got.
Why not?
Because I'm humble. Right? I'm humble. Listen.
Gotcha.
I did not tell nobody that I rap because I knew how that was gonna go. Nigga, you ain't no rapper. And if I would have heard that, I would not been able to sit here because the niggas that I was speaking to, I love them niggas. I would give my life for them niggas and they would give their life for me. And them niggas meant so much to me. My brothers meant so much to me. They was there for me that they could have easily said that to me and it would have turned my temperature in the opposite direction. You right. I ain't no rapper.
You never touched a rapper.
So fuck was I thinking about?
When did you get comfortable to tell them then?
When it was almost time to go home. I waited until it was almost time to go home.
How many years was that?
9 at the time.
Yeah, so you know what I did? When I was in Elmira, I found a way to tape myself. I found a way to make it, like, we stole some shit. Shout out to my brother Rel. We was in G Block, because I was in I Block. We was running around going crazy. You know, shout out to Shoe. We was in I Block, and I left I Block and went to G Block, and then we had this tape recording. We found some way where I could sneakily tape myself over beats.
Right.
The first time I ever heard myself over beats, I said, damn, I sound like AZ. I ain't like my voice. I was like, I like my voice, I don't like my voice, but fuck it.
Yeah.
And I snuck the tape out at a girl, because like I said, that girls come see me. So I bagged the tape up, wrapped it up, put it in an envelope, took it on a visit, and said, get that to my brother. Get that to my brother Casino Mike. Get that to my brother Casino. Because Casino is outside, riding around that black Lexus. He getting money. He around Big. Him and Big is together all the time. I came up with a scheme. I wrote him a long letter. Yo, bro, this is how I first said it. Yo, I'm rapping now, boom. And I wrote this letter to him and I sent it in a visit to give to him. She gave it to him, but it was the bad timing because how life has it is, by the time I got that tape out to him, he was on the run for some shit that actually put him in prison for 20 plus years. You see? But the tape actually I ended up getting to my brother and the rest of my homies. And niggas was like, all right. And it was like, yo, okay. Niggas is riding around, okay. Like, this is what Maine doing, like.
Was you over beats?
I was over beats.
Yeah. What beats was you rapping?
It was, I had some instrumentals, I think it was some Nas shit. It was Monifa, what's the Monifa song?
You?
It was that.
Yeah, word. Word.
Yeah, son, it was that.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
when me and you known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
20 years, probably 18 years, some shit like that, some crazy shit.
I've been home.
We
Not
met when you
20
first
yet.
got home.
I ain't been home 20 yet, but almost 20.
I think it was
feels
03
good.
or 04 around that time.
Yeah.
03, 04.
Yeah.
When do you think that you engulfed yourself and you became a rapper?
So after I got the tape out there, niggas kind of was like, okay, nigga. You know, but I still was insecure about it, you know, but I had the type of love with my niggas. You know, shout out to my brother Dyko. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my brother Dyko, my brother Mouse, you know, because I had the type of relationship that was like, yo, bro, whatever you want to do, we gonna support. We out here getting money. Whatever you want to do. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Whatever you want to do.
Right.
So I said, all right, I want to do this music shit. Niggas like, bet.
Was that the response you thought you was gonna do?
No. No. I knew it was real when my brother Dykos, he said, yo, man, I don't know nothing about this shit, man. You got time, you need to read up on this shit. And started sending me books to read on the business. And then I created the name Hustle Hard Entertainment while I still was in Cayuga, bro. And I came home. I was hustle hard, and I told you, niggas, my brother Dyko, my brother Mouse was right there at the jail with that S500. The body before it went to 550, because this is 01, so it was brand new. It was of the year, right? I walked out of that jail, threw a stack of money on me, chains on me. You understand? I was important to people, to certain people. You understand? So everything is relative. Like somebody could be a nigga to that nigga. Somebody could be the man to somebody else. Right. You understand? So to the people that were in my life, I was important enough to them that they wanted to see me do good. And when I came home, it was like a thing in my neighborhood. Yo, man, home. And it was a big thing. I was celebrated, you know. And my brothers was like, yo, look, whatever you want to do, we hustle hard. What you want to do? Let's get it. I came home. As soon as I got out, I had never been in a real studio before. But I found a studio. Shout out to my brother GQ Beats. I found him through family. I said, yo, bro, work with me. Work with me. He said, I bet. We got in there, and we started working. And you know, we started building. And I started to gradually learn how to, you know, rap, you know, make songs and shit like that.
How long did that process take before you were actually public with it?
Well, I originally came home in 01. I caught my violation 5 months later.
Doing what?
I went to go see my crimey. Shout out to my brother Mo Dog. I went to go see Mo Dog. You know, just me and my brother 80 went up there, just us being real niggas. You know, us keeping it real. You know, we gonna check on our guys. I still go see my niggas. To this day, niggas say, yo, man, don't pull up. Like, I pull up. And we went to see him on a Sunday. I went to see my PO on a Tuesday. He said, how was your weekend? I said, it was cool. He said, what'd you do? I said, I didn't do much. Chilling. He said, oh, you didn't do much? All right. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. I stood up and they all rushed me. Okay, man. So you was on a visit. You was on a visit on Sunday. I said, what?
Wow.
Yes, man. I did a year for that.
Wow.
I did a year. I went to prison for that. I went back up north, madder than a motherfucker. And I was in there feeling like, and I'm going so fast. I need you to walk with me. In the 5 months time that I did in the street, I had made a tape, a CD. It was Hustle Hard Presents Maino. That was my original CD. And went around giving that out, passing it out, trying to sell it, doing whatever we trying to do. We was in the hood. It was heavy in my hood. But I went back to jail, but it made me feel good because I had done something that I never did. I had done something. And I was back in prison like, man, I got a CD out. Like, you know, I wasn't, you know, on the radio or none of that, but it made me feel good. But I also felt like, man, this rap shit ain't ever gonna happen for me.
That was like Hustle and Flow.
I'm back, right, it was some Hustle and Flow shit. That's why I see Hustle and Flow, I almost cried tears because it was the same thing. I'm back in jail on a violation. My girl pregnant at the time. The girl that I was with, pregnant right now at the time. She like, I'm having a baby, and I'm like, I gotta go to jail for a year.
The other joint ain't get pregnant though. The VI.
The Splish Splash.
Not the Splish Splash. Splish Splash. Shout out to the Splish Splash. Shout out to the Splish Splash.
Conjugal.
She pregnant. I'm up north. I'm saying, damn, I'm depressed. And niggas is saying to me, yo, bro, everything happened for a reason, and I'm saying, man, I can't understand the reason. Fuck the reason. Fuck life. Fuck rap. Fuck everything. I ain't gonna never be shit. All I'ma have is these streets. Because at that point, I started to see something outside of the street. I started to really play. I really had a thought in my mind that we can make it out.
Right.
I really had that thought in my mind that I could be something other than a revolving inmate. But now I'm back in here like a revolving inmate, and this shit ain't gonna never happen for me. I'm back in here, and they talking about Sean.
What changed that?
I was depressed, and what changed that was time was ticking, and then my son was born. My son was born while I was still in prison. And then you start to say, yo, what you gonna do? You gonna give it up, nigga?
Right.
Talking to myself. This is myself talking to me. You gonna give it up, nigga? Or you gonna give it another shot?
Because now you in the position of being a father, a role model. You know, the funny thing about kids is everything you want for them, deep inside, you kind of want for yourself.
That's right. You want them to be the better you.
The better version.
And it opens your eyes to shit.
Right.
So from that point.
So at this point, I'm in prison now. I got a brand new son. I'm saying, what the fuck? I'm coming home to a son. And what am I gonna do? Am I gonna give this shit a shot? Or I'm just gonna just throw it all away? My niggas is telling me, man, come on, let's get back to it.
What did that mean to you, your niggas, that you were afraid to tell your dream, now you getting out. They like, let's get to it. What did that do for you,
Now
man?
they telling you.
Yeah, it made me feel good, bro, because
That's what's up.
at the end of the day, you know, life is up and down, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody that been in the street know that this shit is a up and down thing, you know?
Right.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. We take losses, we losing homies, we losing freedom, we back and forth, beefing with niggas, you know? And, you know, it's just what it is. And, you know, for me to be in that position and, you know, and like I said, I was of importance to my niggas, because when I stepped out of there, they said, you need a bus ticket? I said, no, I'm flying home on a plane. Took a plane home that time. Took a plane home that time. My brother 80 was waiting for me at the airport. In a Range Rover. You understand? Like, this ain't no rap. This is real shit. Like, you could tell who a nigga is by his friends, or his enemies. And I'm saying, without having to spell it out for you, who I was to my people. I was important enough. I meant enough to my niggas that they was waiting for me. Again, here you go, boom, stats some money, boom. Yo, let's go to the crib. Yo, let's pick up some flowers. My girl, I told her I was coming home on one day, I'm coming home on another day, I'm surprise her. Get home, my baby there. Baby there, brand new baby.
First time.
First time. And it's a scary feeling. What I'm gonna do? I'm only a street nigga that been in prison, never been to nowhere else in my life. But two places in my life is the streets and jail and prison. But I never been nowhere else. What I'm gonna do? I'm pretty much with the violence. You understand? I'm pretty much about that. You know, I gotta feed my son. I gotta do what I gotta do. So we still I'm still doing what I do.
Right.
You know, but I got a dream though. I got a dream. And no matter what I was going through in the street, whether it was beef or things wasn't going the way I wanted to go, or they was going the way I wanted to go, I was going to the studio.
Right.
And I was going to East 98 and Riverdale, and I was recording. And I was recording, no matter what. And I was rapping about the shit that I was going through. I was rapping. And then at the same time, I was making alliances in the industry. You know,
You linked back up with Kim?
Yep, that came later. But I had met K Slay, and, you know, and rest his soul. I had linked up with K Slay. Shout out to Shaka Dawn. Shout out to Mary J. Blige, Sister LaTanya, my man Hood, because they was all an integral part of me meeting K. Slade. And K. Slade, and I want to say this.
Rest in peace.
Right? Rest in peace to K. Slade, the drama queen, who the first person to put me on the radio, first person to give me an opportunity, right, in Hot 97. It was very, very, very serious to me, right? K. Slade's favorite restaurant was Mr. Child's. Anybody that knows K. Slade will tell you that's his favorite restaurant. But what people don't know, the person who took him to Mr. Child's was me.
For the first time.
First time, because we wanted to impress him. Like I said, my niggas getting money.
Right.
Why was it important for you to impress K. Slade, though?
Because you can't look like you need a favor even if you need one. It's the music business. The music business is judged by the eye, never the hand. And it's like, can't be out here looking like, you like, oh, this nigga bum nigga.
Like you need it. You can't look needy.
It was me and my brother Dyke. Shout out to Dyko. Can't remember, and Shaka. We took K. Slade to Mr. Child's. My first time at Mr. Child's. We went to Mr. Child's and we talked. I was like, yo, man, I really want to, this rap shit, man. I had been home no longer than 2 weeks.
What'd you have?
I was a bunch of like shit that I was just rapping in the studio.
No, I mean at Mr. Child's.
Oh, I remember having those.
Salt and pepper prawns.
Not even that. If we had that, I don't remember. If we had the we definitely that definitely.
Everybody has a satay.
But what was distinctive to me is the first time I ever had the lettuce wrap.
Lettuce wrap. Chicken lettuce wrap. Yeah.
So I smile when you know, with the thought of K. Slade, who is a very, very integral part of my coming up, and the thought of him, and his favorite restaurant was Mr. Child's, and me knowing that, and him knowing, because we talked about that before he died, was that was his favorite place, but the first person that took him there was me.
Right.
Y'all shared that first together.
That's right.
People don't forget stuff like that, man.
I'm hearing a lifetime full of impressions. One thing you said real early on in the story is how impressionable you were as young men in the streets with nothing around to be impressed by, except for the niggas who were getting money, different cars, different cables.
I mean, that's what it is, though. Like, what he's not describing is that environment, abandoned buildings. The streets was fucked up, everything cracked up. You riding a bike down that shit, you could fuck up your spokes, all that. Like, the whole environment was just fucked. It looked like shit.
And then he gets to jail, and what leaves an impression on him in there, this nigga's rapping.
He was rapping.
And now he's out with that impression, both of those impressions still on him. I'm talking about you like you're not sitting here. Both of those impressions still on him. He gets out, and now he's leaving an impression on other people. People are now coming behind him because he's the thing he's leaving the impression. He's leaving the inspiration behind for X, Y, Z, A, B, and C.
You know, I often ask myself, why me? Right? When I think about being in prison, I think about people that was rapping, and I was sitting around, I would watch them, I would listen to them, and they all had the same dreams as me. I actually had those dreams way later than they did. I say, why me? Why, what made me special? Sometimes I ask myself that.
What made you special?
Yeah, because it was time, listen, it was a time that I didn't understand the love that I was getting. I had like, people was singing my songs, they was knowing me, and I would like, be bugging. Like, you want a picture of me?
That's right.
It's footage of me breaking down, crying.
Yeah, now this was the moment.
Yeah, like, I didn't understand, because I didn't understand. I was going through some shit, some real shit. You know, my brother had got paralyzed. You know, the police had shot him, and he got paralyzed. And I had been on the road. And when I was on the road, I hadn't been in New York for like a month. So when I came back, all the above was like lit, and I was in the Hamptons.
Hold on. We going too fast. How did you get that record in the first place? T-Pain, he's at the top of his game. He's like the hottest nigga in the world. Jay kind of, shout out to Hov, he kind of tried to cancel the whole auto-tune shit, the T-Pain shit. It didn't work. The shit was still rocking out here.
Yeah.
T-Pain is the hottest shit in the world. How did you get him to do a record with you?
I had met T-Pain. It's another thing about me. People know I like to be out. I'm an outside nigga.
Right.
I like to be in the clubs. I like the girls. They know that about me.
You don't say.
Everybody, you know what I mean? Everybody know that.
Oh, we didn't know that.
You were shutting line. Maino told me, you know I fuck bitches that's on TV, right? Like, don't talk to me different.
Oh, we almost skipped over something. All right, I'm gonna let you tell us.
I was a groupie. Like, you gotta stop.
Don't do that. No, you had a hit list. Don't say you was like, they like me.
I got my
Your hit list is legendary.
You was a little hot. You was a little hot for some. I was like, oh. I remember hearing distinctly one day
in Queens,
in a record, you said you finger popped Keisha Cole on the dance floor.
Yeah, and I paid for that line because Keisha, for me, you know, being out. Let me tell you, this is a true story.
Right.
That never happened.
That never happened.
That never happened. First off.
Okay.
I was running.
Are you disappointed?
I was running my mouth on that right there.
Right.
And you remember Sony Studios?
Of course, 54th and 10th.
54th and 10th.
Yeah.
All right, a lot of niggas don't remember Sony Studios. I was over there one day and I had left. And then I came back. They said, yo, Keisha Cole and Remy just came in here looking for you. I said, what? Looking for me? They said, yeah, they was mad. You know, Remy used to have like a 645 back then.
Right.
Everybody remember that.
Right.
So I said, they looking for me? They said, yeah, nigga. I said, all right.
This is after the
After
record.
the line. I don't know it's about that yet.
But it never happened.
It never happened.
Never happened in Club Rain. That never happens.
Never happened. So what happened was, I was remember Ruby Falls? It turned into soul and then it turned into something else?
Uh-huh.
Ruby Falls. Remember
Ruby
Falls?
Falls, yeah.
Ruby Falls. Ruby Falls, then it turned into soul, then it turned into something else.
Yeah.
And they had a DJ booth up in the sky. Like it was a DJ booth up there. And I was in there, same night.
Same night.
Shit is just flying down on me.
They dropping shit on you?
Shit is dropping down on me. Now this time I was pretty active in the club area. Put niggas in comas over there. Like,
oh man.
So shit flying, I'm like, who the fuck playing with me like that? And I'm looking, I'm saying, oh, somebody throwing lemons? Who the fuck throwing lemons at me? Now I'm like, the fuck, dude? We go up to the DJ booth. It's Keisha Cole. She like, yeah, nigga, that's me. She like, yeah, nigga, the fuck is wrong with you? I got a nigga, you saying shit on records and all that. You don't even, I'm a real bitch. And I was like, yo, that was one of them, I was like, yo, I was laughing. I was like, oh, Lord. You know,
So you going up there, you like, nah,
I didn't
son.
know who it was.
Nah, niggas throwing shit.
And it was,
and then you see her.
Yeah, she was right there. But I got so much respect for her because we wound up getting mad cool after that because she checked me.
Yeah.
She checked me. Right then and there. Nigga, I'm a real bitch. Nigga, like, I understand, I know what type nigga you is. Like, don't be saying shit like that. I got a nigga. I was like, all right. Okay.
I know what went through your mind, though. Because you like, if you ain't have a nigga, then what?
You gotta stop.
Come on, we from the same. Come on.
You gotta stop.
I heard the lingo. He said it 3 times.
But it never
Keisha Cole, though.
No, that particular
Cole
thing
the
never
truth,
happened.
yo.
I was talking crazy, yeah.
Never happened. You was just
I was talking
crazy.
crazy.
That's the only time you talk crazy.
I fuck with Keisha Cole, though. She real. I ain't gonna care.
But this is around the time you dropped the Rumors record.
This is after Rumors, so I had a little name already.
Right.
Rumors changed my life. See, people think they're like hot hater. Like hot hater wasn't what put
Rumors.
me in the game. Rumors would put me in the game. He said, she said. I heard Suge Smack Game. I ain't say I seen Suge Smack Game. I said I heard Suge Smack Game down in Miami. I just came back from down in Miami.
How
He
many
said,
conversations
yo, listen.
did you have to have after this record came out?
Rumors put me in the game because prior to Rumors, I was just like a mixtape DVD, like the DVD era, right?
Oh, man.
You know, shout out to Smack, shout out to French,
Fresh Montana.
shout out to Craze, shout out to all of the guys that was very integral in that era right there, right? But the DVD era, I felt like is where people got to see me and got to feel me. And it may not always been rap, because I never felt like niggas felt I was their favorite rapper.
Yeah.
But niggas would be like, I fuck with me. Like, he a real nigga.
Yeah.
He a real nigga. Like, the way he talk,
Yeah.
how he act, I fuck with that nigga. You know, I don't know about his music, I don't know his raps, but that's a real nigga.
Yeah.
So I had that on my side. And rumors now put the industry on me. Because when I made that, I had record labels calling me. And niggas was calling me, yo, this is such. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I had never believed that. That was even true.
Yeah.
You understand? Like I said, I only been in the streets and the prison. Right. So now I make a record. This is 18, 19 months later, I'm in the prison. I just came, like, my son is there, and I make this record called Rumors. I'm talking about everybody in the industry. Video out, shit going viral, shit hit BT Uncut. Niggas is like calling me. Niggas like, yo, such and such from Atlantic. I'm like, who? Remember Just Blaze called me, yo, this Just Blaze. Like, word? I'm like, wow, get the fuck out of here. Nigga, everybody calling me.
Right.
And then I get a phone call one night. I was up at the Cherry Lounge.
Uptown?
Uptown, yeah. 'Cause you know, like I said, everybody know I like to be outside.
Yeah.
I like girls. I like to kiss in the mouth. I like to be out. You understand?
My nigga.
And, you know.
On the dance floor.
Nigga said, I like to kiss in the mouth.
The thing is, hey, listen, everybody got their own vices. Some niggas do cocaine. Some niggas smoke weed, you know?
Yeah.
So one day I was at Cherry Lounge in Buck. Nigga Buck was like, yo, Tone from Trap Masters, them niggas over at Universal, they want to meet with you next weekend. And I was like, next week. This was like maybe a Thursday. I think Cherry Lounge was on Thursday. I was like, all right, cool. So I went home, and that morning he hit me. He was like, nah, they don't want to wait till next week. They want to meet you tomorrow. All right. I went to the meeting by myself. What up?
I think I met you that day.
I said, what up? You remember when I was up there?
I met you.
I went up there, Motown Universal.
Yeah.
First meeting about Dolo. Nigga said, yo, nigga said, yo, he said to me, we like, where's your crew at? You know, where's yours? I said, I don't need no crew, nigga. And that intrigued him. Like, he was like, that you a supremely confident nigga. Like, I'm really the genuine article. I don't have to have niggas with me.
Right.
Like, I got niggas, and everybody knows that.
Right.
But this is some on the spur of the moment shit. I ain't got time to be, you know, rounding niggas up to come up here. This is some business shit. I ain't got time for that.
Right.
What's up? And he was like, wow. And he offered me a deal in that meeting right there.
How much was it?
I got signed back then. My deal was what? 700, 800,000 back then. Yeah.
It was a Sylvia, right?
So
we was all there. We was all there at that same time.
That Friday, I couldn't believe it. Nigga was like, yo, let's do a deal. Well, who's your lawyer? I didn't even have a lawyer. I went to Gene Nelson was like, yo, I got no lawyer. He took me to Lawndale McMillan. Same day. He said, yo, you signed on, I'm your lawyer now. I was like, all right, cool. Fuck it, you're my lawyer now. I didn't even have a lawyer. I wasn't prepared for that shit. He offered me a deal. And then, you know, now I got the lawyer. And then I called him back. I said, Lawndale, my lawyer. He said, all right, cool, whatever.
Yo, man, what made you so confident that being a street nigga and you know, like, lawyers and business can be shifty? What made you put that trust in saying, I don't know this shit, but I'm gonna rock with these niggas?
Man, I ain't got no other choice. What we gonna do? We coming from the grind already. Like, we coming from a painful place.
Right.
I better have some type of faith or hope in this shit. Like I said earlier, you can live off hope. So I'm a very optimistic person. I'm very optimistic. I always like to look at things on the bright side. I always like to find a solution in things. I don't like to harp on the issues. It don't matter. Some shit, they might tow my car.
Right.
I'm like, ah, fuck it. Let me get it back tomorrow. Like, that's how I think. I like to think about the solution. Like, fuck, how can we get it back, right? So I was like having faith in the system, like, nigga, I'm about to get a record deal. A record deal. Flashback years earlier, I'm just thinking about this shit. Right. Nobody before me ever had a record, a major record deal. Right. Nobody ever had this, a major record deal. Who? I'm like, oh God, this is it.
This is it.
This is it.
Did you think about when you first started, when you was looking at that contract?
Yeah. Yeah, and true story, because there's a lot of pieces I skipped out, right? There's a lot of people that played a part in my that took a notice to me very early on, and I wanna highlight that. One of those persons was Cormega. Cormega did a song with me. Actually put me on his song, on his album at that time, Legal Hustle. A song with me, him, and Lakey. Back then,
Shout out to Corey Lakey.
Okay. So I that was probably the first album. So around the same time I met K Slade, I had knew Cormega from you know, because we knew a lot of the same people. He was cool with my man Fly Ty, God bless him, my Crammy Modog, and everybody knew him, and people knew who I was. And he was like, yo, man, rapping, like, he like, fuck it, come to the studio. I jumped on a song, he put it on his album.
Right.
And then at the same time, when rumors were starting to bubble, I got cool with Chris Gotti. And I was going to the crack house. And I was coming to the crack house a lot, and I was recording with Buck. I was recording in and shit
Crack
like that.
house is a studio.
Yes, please.
For those of you who don't
Studio
know,
by the old Bar 89.
Yeah.
Right next door to Bar 89. And Irv would come in there and he'd be like, not paying me no mind and shit. And one day he was like, all right, but I was buzzing. Rumors was buzzing. I was getting shows. I was going to Virginia performing.
Did you ever have any issues? I mean, we talked about the Keisha Cole thing, but you said so many names on Rumors that I was like, one, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, this is like the How to Rob joint.
It was. It was my How to Rob.
I always anticipated you and Fifth linking up.
Yeah. 50 helped me. I'll tell you about that.
Right.
50 helped me. 50 came to my rescue. Well, before I get there, let me just say, right. Irv and Chris. Chris wanted Irv to sign me. The day I signed my deal at Motown, Universal, right after I signed, I got out the elevator, I got a call from Chris. Him and Irv was on the phone. Yo, what up? It was good. I said, man, I just signed. It was too late. I had just signed. This is a fact. I walked off the elevator, I'm walking out, I had just signed at my lawyer, at the Lawndale office. So Chris had believed in me, but I don't think Irv was really paying me no mind until we got too late. And he was like, man, fucking Irv never listened to me. Like, you know what I mean? Now, as far as who had issues with me, nobody outright had issues with me. I think the only person who, because I was, after Rumors, I was still running my mouth. I was talking crazy. I was trying to get attention, like, right. You understand? And I didn't know no better. And plus, at the time, I'm feeling like I'm equipped to deal with this.
Right.
What comes with it?
Who comes with it?
Rappers?
Still looking down at them. Right.
I'm not scared no rappers.
It's no way I can lose.
Did you still look at yourself as a not real rapper? Did you still look at yourself as a street nigga pretending to be a rapper?
Yes.
That's what
right? Yes. I can't lose.
That's why I asked him when did he become a rapper.
I got it.
That's why I
can't lose.
The wolf in the sheep hoodie.
It's rappers.
Because I knew where
there's no way in the world. At this point, I really own my neighborhood. I never tried to embellish or try to be more than what I was, ever. You can go back and look at my old interviews, I was always the same nigga. I really, listen, Rappers, I couldn't lose. Trust
But
me.
what you
At that
were was
point.
fully equipped to deal
I
with
was-
whatever came from rappers.
Yeah.
Look at
Is what I'm hearing.
At that
You
point,
understand it?
That's what
I'm
I'm
saying.
understanding. I just want to hear it said.
Listen, I'm not. I tell niggas in a heartbeat. At this point, I'm super strong. I'm super strong. 20 niggas any given time. Yo, meet me uptown right now. 20 niggas any given time. I'm super strong. Meet me uptown right now. You already know. You know what it is.
Right.
Let's go. On site. Anybody. Let's go. What's the niggas down there right now? Y'all know what to do. At this time. Now, not so much. Not so much now. You know, this is Maino in Hollywood. Like, he wearing bucket hats. He got on Hoochie Daddy shorts. Like,
We talked about that.
It's that change, right? So,
But when did you become a rapper?
so the only person who, when I went through this phase in my career of like talking and saying niggas' names in records, the only person who was like matching my aggression, and I was seeing them niggas, and it was like, it's Jim Jones. My brother was not with it at all. Was not with it. He was not with it. And I was seeing them niggas, and we were seeing each other, and it was like, you know, and nothing ever happened, you know, but
Nothing.
nothing ever. We had a couple run-ins and shit like that, and we had some words, but it never escalated. Nothing ever physical, shit like that, because the thing was, we had mutual homies, you know, and shout out to Sheik, and shout out to Mel Matrix, and you know, shout out to the homies though, because you know, shout out to 3D, who always was like, you know, Jomo and Jim Jones, that's my man, I'm telling you that. And because he was tied to niggas in the star.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we was tied before we even knew it. That's how the world is.
Yeah.
You know, we was tied before we even knew it. So he was the only one that really felt some kind of way and let me know. You know what I'm saying? That he was on that type of time. But, you know, at that time, you know, it was the era. It was the era.
It was that era.
It was the era because
Whatever.
yeah, because it wasn't too many niggas that you was gonna see outside.
Right.
And I was outside in Club Show on Wednesday, Lobby on Tuesday. I was around. Right. So it was not like I wasn't available.
Whoa.
I wasn't throwing rocks and hiding my hands like niggas do today.
Right.
Like I was never that nigga.
Right.
Like you would see Maino in traffic, like because
He's gonna be out.
I'm about to say you was morning around.
everybody know. Everybody got their thing.
He likes to be out and he kisses him in the mouth.
Right, so
That's
it's
what
like,
he do.
I like to be out. So,
I'm laughing because
I was upset when they tried to play you when you was talking about the type of joints you deal with and the role playing thing. And I'm like,
no.
Yo, wait.
Oh, we going too.
We're gonna get to
But
freaky
I gotta
time.
give you your flowers.
We're gonna get to
That means
freaky
you
time.
fuck elite bitches.
No, but I do.
Hold
But
on,
I
hold on.
was just joking. But you gotta chill out, though.
okay, my bad.
Because you're a nasty fuck, man. You gotta stop. You're a nasty
nigga right
nigga,
here.
Heineken. You know,
You know my
guy, yeah, this
We
guy
gonna get to freaky time.
Niggas a
Heineken
freak.
chill.
This nigga, look at this nigga. Yeah.
So Jim was the only one. So Game, all of them, they never said nothing about.
Nah, I mean, nobody never said nothing. It was almost to the point where I was like, did niggas hear this shit? Maybe they hear it. Maybe they hear it. But you gotta understand, like, I was very loved and strong in my neighborhood. So, you know, beefing with rappers at that point in my career would have been like not a feat to handle for me. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, I was probably superior because I was more connected to the street than probably a rapper was. You couldn't, like, you gonna beat a nigga that's really still here.
Right.
I'm really still here, right? So when I come outside, I'm coming outside and pull up on the block. This is my block. There's hammers over here. These little niggas is going.
Right.
There's drugs over here. Like, this is our block. This is what
Still going on.
this is our shit. So what we say is what the law is. So at that point, it was like, I was with it. It didn't matter. Y'all want to do that? You sure you want to do that? Yeah, come on, you can't win doing this. We could do this.
Right.
You know?
But now, okay. Fast forward. You got the deal.
Yeah.
T-Pain record.
Oh, but no, I got dropped from that deal first.
Right.
Because that first deal didn't work.
Right.
And them niggas said, you can go.
What didn't work?
The Universal deal.
Sylvia Rowan, John.
Yeah.
With Tone. Tone left.
No, he didn't leave.
He didn't leave by that time?
No, he was coming to the office with his shoes off.
You know what I'm talking about.
Chinese food all the time.
You know what I'm talking about, though. But he left shortly after that, though.
Right after that.
Yeah, shortly after that.
You got the deal.
I got dropped, and then I ain't had no record deal. And then 50 came to my aid because this is what happened. This is a true story. And my brother 80 got cool with 50 when I was on my violation. So when I come back off my violation, 50 on fire. And niggas, it's niggas that 50 was affiliated with that grew up with me. Monster, Baja. That's my neighborhood. That's where we come up in the same place. His cousin Mel that got killed years ago. One day, after I got dropped, my brother was in the office. I don't know, one day he was up there with 50, in 50 office. I don't know how he got up there that day. Come on, load me up. And bang. And he says to him, yo, what y'all doing? He said, yo, yeah, we talking to Atlantic, because we was talking to Atlantic. Now, mind you, I got dropped, kicked off the label. And for any rapper to know you get dropped off a label, it's a blow to your confidence.
Yeah.
You feel like you're not as good, like you fell back in the hood, or dropped. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a failure, right?
You get to keep the money?
Yeah. I actually got paid out.
They don't ask for
Because
the
I had
money,
because in the clause is the pay or play, or play. No, it's play or pay. Meaning, if they're not gonna put your album out, there's a clause that says that they had to give you the rest of what's in that budget.
Yeah.
So it was maybe like, it wasn't a lot of money in there.
About 30,000.
No, it was maybe like 80,000, 90,000 left in my budget that they had to give to me. So I actually walked away with some money, right? And so now, 50 says, yo, what y'all doing, man? Like, what's up? He said, man, we talking to Atlantic, but man, we don't know what's going on. Like, these niggas, we've been talking for months. He said, well, yo, you want me to call? I said, yeah.
Now, which 50 Cent is this? Is this Shitty
2005.
Aftermath 50 Cent?
Hell yeah, nigga.
Okay.
Hell yeah, nigga.
What's this, like 05, 04,
Like
05?
06, 07?
This is the beginning of 07.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He says to him, you want me to call over there? He said, yeah. Why not? 50, call Craig Cowman. Let me speak to Craig Cowman. All right, cool, 50 Cent. Yo, what's up, Craig? Yo, man. Yeah, man, what y'all doing with Maino, man? Craig like, yeah, we talking. He said, listen, man, if I could sign him, I would. Like, niggas got their movement, they strong. Like, what's up? Like, come on, man. Like, if I could do it, I would. He's like, oh, really? Oh, okay. Hung up. When they hung up, they was on my line. Yo, you got a meeting. Meeting, pull up. 50 just called. 50 just called. I was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Shoot up to Atlantic Records. But when I come there, I had just made High Hater. I had just made it. First record I played. He said, oh my God, you got a smash. I had made High Hater when I ain't had no deal. I got dropped, then made it.
Wow.
I dropped, then made it. So this is what I'm saying about not giving up, about always seeing things on a bright side, on a positive note. I got dropped. I was at the bottom again. Kicked off. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. We don't need you. We don't need no nigga named Maino. Fuck you, nigga.
And then you went on.
Then I went to the studio and made High Hater.
And a couple weeks later, you all over the radio.
No, it was like a year later.
A year later.
It took that long.
You had High Hater for a year?
Because when I played it for Craig, we had to do the deal. That takes time. People understand, deals take time.
The other deal happened in one day.
Well, yeah, they offered me the deal one day, but I didn't get sign it until a few days, like a few weeks later.
Okay.
But this one took like a couple months, right? I wound up signing the deal closer to the summer. You know what I mean? And it was a bigger deal. I got more money. But High Hater ain't coming until 2008. It's just the process. I was cool with the process though. Remember, I got faith in the journey because what I'm coming from is like, nigga, I don't want to go back there.
Right.
I'm surely going to kill somebody. Surely. That's going to happen.
Right.
All right? So let's put faith in this because we can live off hope and faith. Like, this is going to work. Nigga, we just got kicked off the label a couple months ago, thrown in the garbage, and then what? 50 put the call in. Now the white man is on my motherfucking line, and I just happen to have a hit record ready.
Wow. Perfect timing.
Yo.
It's timing and synergy. Those are big deals.
When you ask yourself, why me? Why did this happen? That's why you.
Yeah, because a lot of other people gave up. By that time, a lot of people said, you know what, man, fuck this shit.
I know niggas who didn't make it past the lawyer.
That's right.
When it was time to get a lawyer, they fumbled everything. Not trusting the lawyer.
I do want to ask one question, though. Why did 50 say he couldn't sign?
For whatever his reason was at the time.
He could use his budget up.
Whether budget, his situation at whatever, at Interscope, whatever his reason was. You know, everything it's not the same, or everything doesn't really pan out to be for what people perceive it to be. For whatever it was, right? You might have a deal with a label, but you might have the deal, and then, you know, that the new budget might open to fucking 4 or 5 months from now.
Can't do it right now, right.
And he knew that we wanted it bad. He knew that we wanted it bad. And he had enough respect for my brother to say that, yo, my nigga, what's up? Nigga, you want me to put that call in? And he put that call in.
Shout out to Fifth for making that happen.
That was dope. That was dope.
That's dope, man.
Fact.
Everybody says
I like to
Fifth
hear
does a
shit
lot.
like that.
Right, that's a
you
fact.
You don't get to hear, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this person helped me out of here, and
Right.
You don't hear too much of that.
Right.
Usually hear, oh, I got robbed my first deal. Oh, this shit was shitty.
It don't matter
and
if I
then
got robbed my
these niggas
first
snaked
deal.
me. You know what I mean?
I'm coming from the street. Well, I'm surely gonna do something. Right? It don't even matter to me. Because the option to have an opportunity is greater than the problems I got. Because I got real problems, I got real issues. My baby mama going crazy. Everybody around me is criminals. All we do is, you understand?
Yeah.
That's all we do. That's all we ever know how to do. So, nigga, you gonna give me a record deal? At that point, I would probably sign for nothing.
Just to stay out of it.
Just to have an opportunity because I wanted to be, like I said earlier, I started this conversation by saying, music to me always a way out. Way out. A way out, bro. A way out. It's painful, bro. It's pain. The streets is painful. It's painful. It comes, being a real nigga come with a lot of pain.
Pain, yeah.
It come with a lot of
a lot of disappointment.
A lot of disappointment. It come with a lot of nights that's
trauma,
not
anxiety,
right. You see, with social media, it's fashionable to say you this. It's fashionable to say you that. It's cool to rap about this. It's cool to rap about that. But the truth of the matter is, those days that I described to you, I would be here describing to you for hours and hours upon hours what it really felt like, because it's a loneliness, it's a time of it's just bad, some of those days. You understand? And it comes with being a real nigga.
Yeah.
And you gotta accept it, you gotta take it. You gotta accept the fact that you're in prison and you ain't telling nobody. You gotta accept the fact that you a stand-up nigga. You gotta shoot and then you know niggas is shooting back. You gotta take that. You gotta take the fact that we just lost some money. You gotta take all that.
Who came up with that?
It's just the code, the moral code that we follow in an immoral world. In an immoral world. In a savage world that we adapted to. And nobody gave us the rules and said, this is what you're supposed to do. But it was, you know what? Let me change that. They did give us the rules. They said this is what we're supposed to do. The old niggas told us, you can't be out here, you're gonna be with it, be all the way with it.
Right.
If you got your feet in it, stand up. You gotta do time. Be the same nigga that you was. You was blowing your hammer in the street. When you go to jail, do the same thing. We don't want to hear about you getting your shit took. You was letting niggas smack you around and all that. You better be about that same activity.
Right.
All right? So it's a painful existence because those couple of seconds of, you know, niggas like to tell these tales, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of tales.
It's a lot of tales. So I
Lot of
said,
tales.
he's like, yo, I cut this nigga, I shot this nigga.
Right.
Those is only seconds. What you had to pay for that was either years. Those is longer. You shot these niggas, you cut this nigga, you stabbed this nigga, whatever you done did. The police came, the CO came, you paid for that.
What you got for that?
Right. So every nigga that I done did something to, most of the times, if I didn't get away with it, I paid for that. Months on months, years on years. What was those days like?
Right. How hard was it for you when you decided, yo, I gotta chill? Because you know, they say niggas test you when your gun goes warm.
You know what? Honestly, I never consciously said that, and I'm glad I didn't, because I felt like if I would lie to myself and say, oh, I'm not gonna do this and I'm not gonna do that, at that point that I would set myself up for some sort of failure. This is what I told myself. I said, like, I gotta be realistic.
Right.
And me being realistic, I was saying, listen, I gotta do what I gotta do. If a situation happens, I'm going to do what I gotta do. And I kept that mentality. I had to, because it was more realistic than believing that I was gonna, oh man, you know, I gotta be positive and I can't live a certain type of life. It was more realistic to me to believe that I had to still be the person that I was if I needed to be. And I had to in certain instances.
Right. But you found a nice little streak where you was like, okay, I ain't getting into trouble, I'm going home.
Support. Before I got out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get out. Man, nigga, hell yeah. Yo, listen, you know what I used to say when I was in prison? I used to say, I ain't no jail nigga. I'm not a jail nigga.
Right now.
Right.
As long as I've been in prison, I am not one of these niggas. And it was three things that I felt like if I became, then I was leaving my spirit in prison. If I became involved with sexuality in prison, then I was leaving myself and my spirit in prison. If I became a drug addict in prison, then I was leaving my spirit in prison. If I became a stool pigeon or rat in prison, then I would be leaving my spirit in prison.
Where did you get that?
I don't know, it came to me. And I stood silent, I don't know, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? I get it, maybe it was my mother, bless her soul. Maybe it was my father, bless his soul. I don't understand, because I don't know. You don't know how strong you is until you put into situations.
So you don't have a choice.
Until you don't have a choice but to be strong. It's either be weak or be strong. And I never try to make myself to be something more than what I...
No doubt, my nigga.
I never tried to make myself be something more than I was, my nigga. You understand? I only adapted to what it was in front of me.
Situation.
Right? And, you know, I don't know. Like, I would be in a box and I would ask myself, like, what I wanted to do and what life would be for me. And the most scariest thought that I would have was not knowing what I was gonna do when I got out. That was the scariest thought for me, you know? I felt like I could handle everything else. Like, I handled the beef with other niggas. I've been doing that pretty good for myself.
Right.
I can deal with that.
But it's the unknown.
It's the unknown that was very fearful, very, very, very fearful for me.
What was your fear?
My fear was that I would become one of those brothers that revolved in the prison system.
It just kept going back.
My fear was that I would be that. My fear was that I would become, you know, one of those old niggas, and you'd be like, damn, OG.
Did you know one of those niggas?
Yeah, many.
They're all over the place.
Many.
They everywhere.
Many.
Who was the one in particular that you were thinking about?
Just many. Just in my travels, like I said, I've been through over 10 different prisons, so it was always an old nigga, always a nigga that had grades, and I would talk to him, and I would try to understand what his life was like when he was young.
Right. Try to figure it out.
And most of those niggas had been in prison, in and out of prison, for most of their lives. And I didn't want to be that. I wanted to give myself a chance. I wanted to do something. I wanted to at least try, because I felt, this is what I really felt like. And this is how I would convince my niggas to give us a try. I said, listen, let's try the music thing. Nigga, if it failed, we still got the streets. We know how to do that.
Right.
If it fails, we definitely got that. We know how to do that. If we can't do nothing else, we can do that.
But if it wins?
Nigga, we winning.
Change our life.
Nigga, we winning.
You did the impossible.
Yeah, we done what niggas couldn't. We done what they said we couldn't. We done what they thought we couldn't, you know?
Have you surpassed the expectations and dreams you had for yourself?
I didn't know I was gonna be here, my nigga.
So you did surpass them now.
And I look at it as life, though. When I see the young niggas, I say, damn, I was him. I seen something that was so real to me when Nipsey said the only great thing that I done was not give up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel the same exact way. And I just feel emotional because when I think about
all the death.
You don't talk about this much, huh?
All the fucking drama, all the niggas that you gotta say rest in peace to every time you pop a fucking Hennessy bottle open. All the shit that you pouring out on the floor, all the people you thought was gonna be something that didn't. All the people that used to be here, but they're not.
Right.
All that shit just comes to mind, bro.
And that's what makes it important, right? You know, so much going on and everybody want to posture themselves to be this or that, or, you know, niggas want to live in the past and say I was this type of nigga and this type of nigga. And I think I did what I needed to do when I needed to do it. I don't have to make myself to be something more. But what I will say is that I never cared about living until I had the opportunity to live, bro. until I had the opportunity to actually live, is when I said, damn, it's cool to live, it's cool, it's life, it's just, it's really, it's good.
Shit is dope, man.
Yeah. Well, what was that moment? Having your son, your boy saying, yo, man, this record is gonna get us out of here.
Your first plaque, the sales, the stage show.
Because you've accomplished so much in just 18 months. Niggas wait 25 years for a record deal. You caught that in 18 months off of sheer willpower.
Will.
The audacity.
Will was very strong. Universe, speaking to the universe and willing yourself into a position is very powerful.
Well, what's living for Maino?
Living is when I see my son, he don't want to hang out with me no more because he 19 years old and he got friends.
Yeah.
And he say, Dad, I'm gonna get with you later. I say, I'm cool. I'm gonna let Pops.
I love it.
I had to like tell him, I'm like, yo, I just spoke to Dirt the other day on FaceTime.
Yo, I had to tell my little man, yo, King Flock just DM me, nigga.
Yeah,
Show
like-
him out.
And what he said to you?
cool.
What he said to you, man? He said, I'm cool.
He was like, word?
For real?
But you still
Which boy was that? The basketball?
Zay.
Oh,
Yeah, Zay.
Zay.
But
That's my guy,
the
yo. He
realest
cool.
shit. That's
But you
the
still ain't
realest
tell
shit.
us when you became a rapper.
And this is why I wanted to start from the very beginning and come up to now. For everybody that's watching, for all the people who felt like they couldn't see what was gonna happen tomorrow, for all the people who lived nightmares of the possibility of them becoming people that they didn't want to be because they didn't have options. This is a story of somebody who made a choice, stuck to it. All the above.
All the above.
All the above. Now, in your path, your influence, the power that you had, how you flexed it, do you ever regret that part of it?
But the negative side of it?
Yeah.
No, because you can't regret some of the negative because it helps you become who you are today. So, you know, I like to say that sometimes you gotta go through hell to get to heaven. So who we were helped us to become who we are today. You understand? So as some of my most negative posturing, some of my most, you know, savage, you know, interactions, you know, helped me develop to get to the stage that I'm at right now. So I really can't regret it because without it, then my journey would be different.
Right.
Do you ever empathize with the people who are on the other end of those interactions?
Yeah.
Maybe
Indeed.
they didn't deserve it?
Yeah, like what's the situations that you look back and been like, nah,
didn't have to do
I could have
that.
chilled.
You know, I say I was fully involved. I say that with the most honest heart. And you know, I think about that. You know, some things that I've done in my life that I can't ever get back. But I know that most of those things that I had done was only because that I was responding and I was adapting to a lifestyle and I was adapting to a environment that was actually before me.
Right.
That I was adhering to things that, you know, that I felt like I had to, you know, because it was what it was. It was a different time, and it was like, you know, we had choices. We always had choices. I had friends that went to school and became good people, you know, and I chose the street. You know, I don't necessarily think that I had to, but it was what it was. You know, it was what was pulling me. It was what was beating my heart. It was just what was, made me feel accepted, and it made me feel whole, and it made me feel like a person, you know? You know, you ask kids why they in gangs, and you understand that it's something about, you know, a love from your homies and
camaraderie
to something.
You know, and to belonging. Right. You know, it's something about that makes you feel good. And although we didn't put a name on who we were that.
Right.
You know?
Well, what kept you from becoming part of the Bloods or the Crips?
See, I went to prison at a time when that wasn't out yet. So then when it came out, it was like, I don't need that, I'm who I am. It was fashionable to be who I was.
Right.
Without it. I got a name over here without that.
Right.
You niggas need that.
Right.
To survive or to, and I understood what it was for. It was for, you know, originally it was for like camaraderie and to be, you know, solidarity, for us to come together, unity, because it was a bad time, you know. It was a lot of racial shit happening, and it was like
Latin Kings.
Yeah, it was
tearing niggas
yeah,
up
it
on
was
them.
it was yes,
Right.
yes. So for that to come together for a purpose, for a reason, cool, definitely. I was for that. And I got asked to be part of that because, you know, you gotta understand, when I was already up north when it started. I was in the box. And when I got out the box, I was like, they got Bloods in New York. What do you mean they got Bloods in New York?
Yeah, what was your reaction?
I got out the box January of '95.
Right.
I'm doing another year. I keep going in the box.
Right.
I'm a box bing monster. That's what they know me for.
Right.
So I get out January 05. Niggas like, man, they got Bloods. I get back to Elmira. I just got left Southport. I was in Clinton. I get back to Elmira. So they got Bloods in New York. What do you mean they got Bloods in New York?
Right.
And at the same time, like, listen to this Biggie tape. Same exact time.
Wow.
Like, what? Oh, this big shit is crazy. At the same conversation, it's like, what the fuck you mean they got Bloods in New York? How? Like, yeah, they started the Bloods shooting Allen. Bloods got started in Allen in '93. I didn't know that. I was in the box the whole '94. Whole '94 I was in the box. I was locked in. I was in the middle of nowhere, like the bottomless pit.
When you started seeing it.
So when I started seeing it, when I started seeing it, when I was in Elmira, what was happening was, you see, it was an interesting time then because what was happening then was a lot of the Bloods that was coming, no disrespect to them at all. And I say this with all respect, but this is a fact. A lot of the Bloods that was coming up north at that time was dropping their flags because, you know, the Latin Kings and the Yetas, they had already was strong up north. And the Bloods were strong in Allen. They was like they had took over the Allen. It took over instantly. So when they was coming up north, Latin niggas like, hey, Papa, you was Bloods? Like, nah, I wasn't Blood. Because they know they had the home court advantage up north. Right. So a lot of that was happening. You know, a lot of niggas was dropping their flags, picking it back up later on. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You wasn't paying it. You wasn't taking it serious.
No, I took it serious, but I didn't think it was gonna be what it became. Honestly, where we at today, many years later, I looked at it and was like, this is crazy. I didn't believe, but I was already who I was.
Right.
So I didn't need to stand on anything, but...
They ever try to recruit you?
Yeah.
Like, yo, man, you got your own set.
I got offered.
The main set. You know what I'm saying?
I got offered to be a part of that. It was like any strong nigga, all strong niggas, I believe, got offered to come home and be involved with that. I was cool. When I got to Auburn, I was cool with many of them. You know what I'm saying? And that by this time, they was like up north, flagging, not giving a fuck. And I would be in the yard with them. Yo, you need to come home, my nigga. Yo, you need to come home. Like, well, nah, my nigga. Like, I was comfortable with who I was.
Right.
And I felt like becoming that at this point wasn't who I was. It wasn't a, I didn't think it was a stripe.
Right.
I thought it was almost like a demotion, like, nigga, you don't need that. You work hard and stood on your own. You know, you went to war when you need to go to the war. You took your bruises, you gave them, did your time, you bled, you shed blood. Like, you didn't, none of that was because of an affiliation.
Right.
That was all because I was standing on my own.
Right. But you didn't look at it as like a weakness for other people.
For some niggas, it was. It was almost the easy way out. Listen, I know niggas that I knew that was in the Ford building. That wasn't as...
It wasn't like that.
Thorough.
Yeah. In the beginning, when that shit first started happening, it was a lot of soft niggas.
It's niggas that niggas say their names to
like,
this day.
What these niggas doing
Hey, listen
over
to
here?
me. Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully, my dog. It's niggas that niggas say their name today and they saying with praise. And I said, I know that nigga. I know him before that. I remember how he was before that. The nigga that you know, I don't necessarily know that nigga. I don't necessarily know the nigga that you talking about.
Right.
He did what? He who? Y'all look up to him?
Right. But there was a couple of my mans that was official who got wrapped up in it. And that's when I kind of started being like, okay, I guess this shit is here.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah.
You gotta accept it who it is. 'Cause I got a lot of my loved ones. And I don't want nobody to get this misconstrued, because niggas will look at this and take this the wrong way, and before we know it, a nigga be making a video, fuck Maino, fuck nigga, you bitch nigga. It'd be out tomorrow.
Right.
What I'm saying is that at the particular time that I was up north and it was just starting, it wasn't built yet.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of guys was putting them flags in their pocket, dropping them and claiming that they never was. I watched this with my own eyes. I've held niggas down because of that, because, you know, when you talk about certain names that was ringing in these eras, those my guys. These are my childhood friends. These are my counterparts. These are the guys who I came up with, and we was together and we would watch this, and none of us was that. So we would, you know, if you was a young nigga, you was coming up north, we would like, yo, what's up, nigga? Like, nah, I was, you know, and niggas would niggas tell me, yo, I was blood, but you know, I don't know how it is up here. I've had these conversations on my dead mother. Had that. But that was then. Like I said, a couple years later, it was, they had it.
They flood the block.
They had it. And I gave them the same respect.
Right.
Yo, nigga, you got it. It ain't for me. But I respect you.
Right.
I respect you. It is what it is. I don't like look at niggas down, but for some niggas, I guess, it's the same thing as anything. Niggas go up north, become Muslim. Niggas go up north and find something, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of, to help them cope with the pressure or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I went up north, I got knowledge of self, guard body, you know what I'm saying? And anybody, I was robbing niggas.
And then you found rap.
I found rap. You know what I mean? Yeah.
When did you start to respect rappers, if that ever happened?
Hold on, before we even go there. So to see that, and now to be working on albums with someone who was kind of like involved.
I love it, bro. Listen, Jim is my brother. Like, Jim is really, like, when you see me and Jim together, like, we really friends, bro. Like we really close.
And that's a beautiful thing, because
That's a
y'all ain't get
beautiful
along
thing.
before.
Nah, right. And that's the thing, like bro, we go to each other's cribs. We know each other's family. His mama called me, all that. Like we really family. Like it's things that is happening off camera. Like, you know what I'm saying? He coming to my crib to pick me up, and you know what I'm saying? It's shit that's happening off camera. Like, it's a beautiful thing, bro. Like for niggas to not be from a certain section in common, but to have experiences in common.
Right.
The lobby. You understand? The pain, the tenement, the peanut butter and jelly, the eggs, the face-to-face, the King Vitamin. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, those things that growing up in the ghetto in this era, we got in common.
Right.
And for us to connect, for us to become family, for us to create business together, get money together.
Right.
Beautiful thing, man. It's not enough of that happening in the game.
So it's you guys are like role models. Now you're
Role
sitting
models?
not role models in the set of like, yo, do everything I did.
Right.
But
I like to look at myself as inspiration.
Inspiration.
Motivation.
Right.
You understand? Like motivation. Like when you I like to look at myself, and I always like to look at myself as somebody that people can identify with more or less than the role model. Niggas like, oh, these old niggas talking about they lobby boys. Well, here's the thing about that. Us saying that we lobby boys is us saying that where we come from, not where we at today.
Right.
But where we come from, the struggle, the pain, the suffering that we come from, the fact that dreams were lost, the fact that we had family members and loved ones that didn't make it to this era, the fact that we made it out, that's what that's about.
Look, if you're from New York, you was involved in anything, or you was one of them guys in your neighborhood, or you just had camaraderie in your neighborhood, everyone congregated
That's right.
in the lobby.
Right.
The lobbies would be thick.
Lobbies.
Some niggas ain't like to visit their girlfriends.
Yeah, because of the lobbies.
Because of the
The
niggas.
lobbies.
They
Right.
used to
And
be
that's
in the
what I
lobby
mean.
all the time.
It's a symbol.
Right.
It's a symbol, right? It's a you know, it's a landmark. It's in front of the building, behind the building, depending on what your project was built like.
Right.
Depending on what your neighborhood was built like, you know, in front of the corner store, you know, on the project benches, in the courtyard, like with young black men and Hispanic men, we congregated. We had dreams, we had aspirations, we had thoughts, we had goals that we thought we was gonna achieve, you know, and then a lot of us didn't make it.
Right.
You know, so many of us didn't. You know, we watched those things happen. You know, we seen those stories unfold. You know, so that's what the lobby was about. It's about us having that in common. You know, the peace is the door knocker. You know, I grew up in apartment 2B. You understand? With me, my mother, my brother, my father. You know, we grew up there. You know, in Louis Armstrong houses and they rock where I'm from. You know, said that we didn't have lobbies. We got lobbies, nigga. We got small, but we got lobbies.
Right.
You know, the thing is, like,
Right.
us having that in common wasn't small, it was big.
Right.
Because when you think about the struggle, so much of us have that in common, right? So when we talk about me and Jim being at odds in the beginning, we had more in common than we had at odds. Mm-hmm. We had more in common.
But how did y'all get to?
I was gonna ask.
sort
How did
that
y'all
out?
change that around?
Atlanta. Them niggas was 3,000 deep.
Who?
Jim Jones.
3,000
3
deep.
billion deep. I was going, I'll never forget. I was in Lenox. We talked about this. I was coming up the escalator in Lenox. I was with a girl. I only had like maybe 2 people with me. It was my man 80 and it was somebody else. They was in front of me though. And I was lagging behind and I was coming up the escalator and I seen them coming down the escalator. And it was like, they was going down and I was going up. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. It was like, the line of niggas that he had was never ending. So trust me. You know, I'm confident. And if I gotta do, I don't mind. Like, I will do what I gotta do. Like, I go and I do what I gotta do.
Right.
But I will tell you that we lost.
You would have lost.
Plain simple.
You would have lost.
Plain simple. We lost. The odds is just it was just too great.
Right.
3 billion niggas was, you know what I mean? It was just
Right.
too great. It was so many niggas that he had with him. It was a lot of niggas. And then they was going down, and I was going up. And then I started walking. And then something told me, turn around. He was coming right back up. Look, he come behind me.
The whole
Come
line.
behind me. And then he started
Right.
walking on the side of me. And then, you know, we stopped. We started getting this couple words. And, you know, but, you know, he had people that was there, like Sheik, you know, Melly, that knew us. So right then and there, me and him went into a store and talked one-on-one. What's up, nigga? I'm Jim Jones.
What was the conversation?
Yo, nigga. It was just like an introduction. What's up, nigga? Like, what up, nigga? Like, you know what? Like, none of this, like, we basically we the same. Like, yeah. Like,
What we doing?
Yeah, not word for word, but it was just like, we connected, my nigga. I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
From that moment on, we connected. From that moment on, like, we connected. And I would see him, like, what up, nigga? Like, it was love. From that moment on, we've been cool, super cool. Like, we superior close now. Like, it's like nothing now. Like, to see me and him together, to see me at an event with him or whatever, or him family around mine or my family around his. Like, it's nothing to see that now.
Right.
But that took years of building a relationship, which I love, the fact that we built that relationship. You know what I mean? We speak every day, every single day, you know what I mean? And I love the fact that, you know, my relationship with Fab, East, like, me and
Because these
Fab.
are people that you didn't get along with.
Yeah, me and Fab speak every day.
Wow.
Every single day.
Shout out
Every
to
day.
Fab.
Every day.
So
I love
when-
him.
Apparently, I got to speak to him every day for him to come on the show. So.
So when did your mind
I'll
frame
work
turn
on it.
around? I mean, when did your mind frame now turn around? Because now you fucking with the rappers now.
Well, I got to ask this question. Did your mind frame change after Irving Plaza?
Irving Plaza.
I'm gonna go back a little bit. So I get a phone call one day, and my man is like, "Yo, this nigga talking wild, crazy about you." I'm like, "Who is he?" This guy named Tax. He's bugging on you right now. I'm like, "Yo, who is this nigga?" Do my homework. We had words on Twitter. You know, Twitter, you don't know who you talking to. It's like it's a fucking picture and words. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know you, man. Like, have somebody you know call me or something. I don't know you. And I started hearing more about him, and he was taking shots at me and Troy. Now, Troy grew up, he's a generation after me in Crown Heights. A lot of the people he was around, I knew they older brothers. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, I don't know what the issue is. I had a little situation. I found out, he's being starred. Okay, I had a little situation at the Ark. Was that one of them niggas? I don't know.
The
Was
Ark.
he one?
Right with the, okay.
Right? We ain't going too deep into that.
Alright.
I was like, what's that one? I don't know. And I just kept hearing them say shit about me. And I'm like, all right, I'm not paying this no mind. 5 Mics, shout out to 5 Mics. He was with T.I. T.I. had a show that night. He's like, yo, pop out. I'm like, yo, I'm right for this battle. I ain't even trying to do it. You know, just had a baby, all that shit. A couple hours later, I walk in the room, my girl is crying. I'm like, yo, what happened? Like, yo, I'm on the phone with such and such. Yo, Banger just got killed. We gotta go to the hospital. Jump in the car, pull up. I see his peoples out there. I saw you sitting out there.
Mm-hmm.
But you was alone. Wasn't nobody around you. You was just sitting in the front and you looked like you was in deep thought.
That's
real. And I said, I'm gonna let him breathe.
Yeah, I remember.
Something going on over there. I'm gonna let him
Did you know
breathe.
what happened? Because, you know.
I didn't know
the
details of everything. I mean,
we know now,
you
but
know,
Irving
right?
Plaza.
I said, I'm gonna let him breathe.
Irving Plaza. Irving Plaza was rough. People understand. So T.I. was the headliner, right? But if you ever find that flyer, you'll see Maino and Uncle Murder. We had just dropped the yellow tape.
yeah.
The yellow tape was rocking out.
Rocking.
Classic.
Anybody know Tip is my man.
Mm-hmm.
Call Tip like, yo, you coming to Irving Plaza, nigga? So he said, yeah. He said, yo, let's figure it out. I said, all right, fuck it, nigga, I'm bringing y'all out, nigga, what's up? Y'all got the yellow tape, let's get it. So, the room, the dressing room that we was in was an adjoining room. The first room was me and Uncle Myrtle's room. Most of the people that was in that room was my people, because I had more people that day than he did.
Right.
There was a threshold, which was a doorway with no door, but it was like a doorway with no door that led into another room that was Tip room.
Right.
The situation that occurred actually took place in our room. The young lady that I had invited out that day, yo, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. Said I got a show tonight. Cause I had owned a studio in Soho at that time.
Right.
On Thompson Street. We all met up over there at the driver. We all pull up 3-4 cars deep. Shorty pull up, we go over there. She was with me. She wasn't with her friends. I didn't run into her there. She was with me. When the incident occurred, she got hit. She got hit. And before it happened, I was tank top on. So I was in my mode, like it was hot, there was niggas around, shirt off, you know what I mean? I'm chilling. After the incident, it was pandemonium, but I would not leave Shorty. So everybody running, we running back to the room. We go through the footage, you'll see it. You go through the footage. You see everybody running out that room. You see me and my dogs, we running back to get our people. Right. My brother 80 in the room, he in a wheelchair. We want to get him.
Right.
Shorty crying, we picks her up, gets her. Man, you gotta go. Police coming, man, come on, let's go. You gotta leave. So I can't leave her, bro. I can't leave her because this is happening on my watch. She got shot. Yeah. This is on me. You know how this goes, nigga. We gotta be who we are.
Facts.
Can't leave her. So I stayed down. Stayed there. Police came, asking me questions. I don't know nothing, nigga. What do you mean? When I hit bullets, when I hit shots, I run. Your job is to go to the bullets. I go away from the
bullets. Right.
I run away from the shots. Right. What are you talking about? I don't got a gun. I'm not firing back. I'm getting the fuck out of there. Right. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Right. So make a long story short, I had no shoes on. I had nothing on. No shirt. So what you describing when you see me by myself is me sneaking out of Irving Plaza, because they had all my people there. They had us all, the ones that stayed. I snuck out because they told me they was gonna let me ride with her in the ambulance, but they didn't. So I went around and snuck out, and I got to my car barefoot. Barefoot. You know, I'm a nigga that live in the trunk. Got shoes in the trunk.
Right.
Found me some shoes, found me a little jacket.
How'd you get barefoot?
Cause my shit's coming, shit happening, my shoes loose, untied, shit.
Right.
It's out.
Right.
Barefoot. Socks on. Shit happening. Niggas running, ducking, niggas all over the place.
Right.
Hearing shots, we don't know where they coming from. So I go to the hospital, and that's when you see me. I go to the hospital by myself because I snuck out of there. People wound up coming there later on, but I was there first because it was a duty of mine that I had to be there. You know what I mean? This is the girl that I invited out. She wasn't there by chance. She was there only because I invited her to be there. So, you know, once I got myself together, I drove over there, parked somewhere, and I went in there. So when you see me, that's what you're seeing. It's just like, damn, this whole shit happened. She got shot in her knee. This nigga dead. Some other nigga shot. It's like, it's a lot happening. Like, it's a lot happening. Police is on me, asking me to. The police say to me, so you want to go see her? I said, yeah. They said, well, you got to give us a statement. I said, I gave a statement. I told you I don't know what happened. They said, you got to give us a statement. I said, cool, I'll give you a statement. They said, bet, we'll let you see her. So I said, all right, no problem. I'll give you a statement. I go to the back. They let me see her for about 5-10 minutes just to check on her. So they said, listen, I'm outside. Don't worry about it. I'm going to be here. I don't give a fuck. This go all night. I'm the type of nigga. Like, if I'm for you, I'm for you.
Right.
Like, I'm going to go all night with you. Don't worry about it. You ain't here alone. I know you ain't got no family. I'm your family. Don't worry about it. I'm here. Bloodied up. It don't matter. I'm going to stay to the end.
Real shit.
So she was like, cool. You know, we're going to have search you. You'll try to get the bullet or whatever. Cool, no problem. Police like, yo, come on, let's go. They wanted to take me to the precinct to make the statement. So they took me to where I had to walk the same way back to the waiting area. So when they said, come on, we'll get in the car, they're gonna make a statement. I said, what are you talking about? They said, we'll make a statement. I said, I didn't make a statement. They said, but you just agreed. I didn't agree to nothing. I didn't agree to nothing. Let me tell you, I've been locked since I was 14 years old. I gotta laugh. I told niggas on my brother.
Cause they'll do the same shit to you, you know?
I said, I lied to them, Mr. Garcia. I said, listen. You locking me up? This is the only way I'm getting in the police car.
Right.
In handcuffs. I'm not voluntarily getting in the police car.
Yeah.
I literally, because they kept bothering me that night, because they was fuming. They was mad at me. They was so mad at me and hated me so bad, they would not let me go see that girl. Days later, I was banned off that list. I could not go see that lady. They hated my guts to that bad. They said, this nigga's an asshole. I said, I'm not. I told you niggas what happened. I heard shots and I got low. I started ducking.
I'm not looking outside. You're looking at bigger.
Yeah.
And you want to bring one of these guys on the show? You see what I'm talking about, right?
That's a whole total different situation.
I hear you.
No other guys need to come on the show. Trust me.
You talking about police?
No, I'm talking about police.
It's just the
Police
same.
episode.
Yeah, I follow very quickly. It's just the same. Because trust me, no other person need to come on the show. You talking about that.
Oh, no,
No,
Not
That's in
that.
general.
No, just the fact that, all right, you just, from listening to what you just said, she don't got no family. She went through that situation. You therefore, but because they didn't get a statement, they blocking you from, like, come on. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
They didn't want me to come on there. They didn't want me to come there. I couldn't see the lady. I couldn't see her. So I had to call my lawyer, wake him up out of his sleep, for him to come to the hospital, because I wouldn't leave the hospital, so I'm gonna stay down. For him to come down and for him to talk to them, because they kept pressing me, and you gotta make a statement. The statement is this: I don't know what happened. I heard shots like everybody the fuck else. You want me to come to the precinct to say that? I don't know what the fuck you want me to say. It ain't nothing for me to say, nigga. You understand? It ain't nothing for me to talk about. I don't know what you niggas want me to know. What the fuck you want me to say? I heard shots like everybody else. I get low. You go to the shots, don't you? Is that what your job is? Huh, officer? Is that what you do? You go to the shots. You want to investigate who's shooting? I don't. I want to get the fuck away from the police. I want to get the fuck away from the shots.
Right.
So that's what that was. But so when you seen me, that's what you were seeing me. I was like stressed, pressed. She shot. My world upside down. I'm saying, fuck. How the fuck did I get into this? Like, this was a bad situation. You know? It was rough. It was rough.
Now, with what you're doing with Jim now, and the way y'all was able to patch that up, do you feel like you have the influence to make other situations work out like that?
Like what?
Like, people are gonna see you and Jim and be like, yo, these dudes didn't get along, now they get along, and da-da-da. But maybe.
But that's the goal, though.
Right.
That's the goal. The goal is that, you know, we from a city, which is New York, where they always only profess one king. King of New York, only to be one person.
Right.
But the truth of the matter is that we all kings. Well, everybody in this room, everybody in this building is a king. I don't gotta stand on top of you to be a king. I don't gotta stand on top of you to be me. I don't gotta downplay you to upgrade me. I don't gotta put you down to put myself up. We can stand side by side and still be kings.
Thanks.
When I realized that, when that registered in my mind, and I understood that there was power in unity, and us coming together look better than us not together. So, ooh, we on to something. Bobby Boys. Slide. Number 5 added record in the country at radio.
Let's get it.
Number top 50 record in the Hot 100 in the urban.
Let's get it.
What are we talking about? This is how many years past High Hitter? Who the fuck want to talk about what? Anybody talking, talk. You just talking.
Right.
Because we showing, we doing. Nigga, we changing the conversation about how long you can have a career and how long you can't. We at the forefront of that right now. Who can have a career? I told niggas before, you didn't have 30-year-old rappers 25 years ago. You know why? Because the culture wasn't old enough.
Right.
Culture wasn't 30 years old.
Right.
You gonna have a 30-year-old rapper when you didn't have it. The culture wasn't old enough. There's a fan for everybody, man. You understand? It's a fan for everybody.
And they don't stop looking for shit.
And they don't stop being fans. So the nigga that was 25 in 98 is now what, 40 now or 40
45,
right? Is he not a fan of hip hop no more? He love hip hop.
Facts.
That nigga might got a grandchild right now, but that nigga love hip hop.
Yeah.
Fuck is you talking about?
And he's just waiting for his favorite artists to keep.
Don't
dropping
right. So
some
it's
shit.
all relative.
Right.
It's all relative. It's all relative. So the conversation starts to change when you get niggas that like us who can really rap. You got niggas that like Fab who really rap. It has an ability to continue to be, you know, for lack of better terms, relevant.
I mean,
in these times right now. Right now.
So do you think that Love and Hip Hop and the reality shows that you and Jim did help give y'all free crossover marketing?
I only did Love and Hip Hop for 1 season, and I was only on 8 seasons.
Episode.
I was
8
on 8 episodes. So it didn't help me with nothing.
Okay.
But it helped me with a check.
All right.
I only went there for one reason only, and that was a check.
Okay.
I had no misunderstandings about that. I was going over there to get money. It was business. It had nothing to do with music.
It had nothing to do with the TV exposure or nothing?
To expose to what? TV is TV, music is music.
Okay.
You see, people go on TV thinking it's going to help the music. They don't necessarily equal the same thing.
Right.
Go on TV understanding that this is TV. You can have a whole fan base on TV. That don't mean that fan base gonna love your music.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
I went on TV for those 8 episodes. Listen, most people don't even know I was even on it. Like, they don't know, what was that? Because there's so much shit going on, so much information coming out, there's so many scandals happening that the things that was like what, 3 years ago, right?
Right.
Or maybe longer. When I went on there, 8 episodes, the money that I was able to negotiate to go on there, I couldn't go. I could not take it.
It's good money.
I could not take it. I was yo, listen, I was talking to them greasy for years. So yo, they call my phone. I mean, they trying to bring me to dinner, because they know I like ladies. They know I had a lot. They know I like ladies. They know ladies like Jermaine. They like me. And they say, we want to get you on. I say, yeah, look, I'm not old, I ain't 50 and all that, but I for sure, got a Bentley in my motherfucking yard right now. Sure, it's a phantom outside right now. Sure. Get the fuck off my phone unless you talking about money. For sure. I'm a hustler, for sure. I got the basics. So by the time that happened, it was 2 things that happened. I actually had a real girlfriend at the time. I had
You had a real girlfriend.
I had a real girlfriend at the time.
What's a real girlfriend by
in real life?
By your definition?
We really lived together.
And she was on the show too, right?
That was the whole thing. My goal was to put her on the show to help blow her up. That was my mission.
As a rapper, right? Was she a rapper too?
Well, she rapped.
No. Well,
that wasn't what my goal was. My goal was to get her going as more or less a personality.
Gotcha.
That was what my goal was.
Right.
You know, it wasn't so much about the rap, because I felt like the TV and the rap didn't really necessarily go together. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. I'm like, all these niggas going on the show to be rappers, but they ain't really rappers. And the rap shit ain't really happening.
Yeah.
So I say, look, you don't go in there because you got personality. You got a story. Let them fall in love with your personality. So that's what I was initially going on there for. Mona told me straight up, listen, if you're not coming on there, they don't want her. I said, all right, well, let me get this for her. And this number right here is the only way I'm doing it. She said, all right, let me see. She came back, it was close to the number. I said, I still ain't doing it. I didn't think they was gonna do it. It was outrageous number. Outrageous.
What's outrageous?
It was outrageous.
It's outrageous. I know the number.
I said, yo,
I was like,
you get paid by episode. And most
per
of them niggas-
episode.
And most of them niggas, for what they get paid, the episode is just almost disrespectful.
Yeah, like,
you niggas need to get locked up for what you paying these people.
Right.
you know how much, right, man?
Like 5,000 per
5,000.
episode.
Chill.
Not even.
Chill.
5,000?
Yeah.
Not even.
I thought they was getting like 5K.
Not even. Not even.
Son, you ever give them calls like, yo, you know, this good for promo?
No, she told me, she said, yo, I got it. You got that number? I call all my niggas. I said, what's your name, man? Should I do this shit? It's a nigga. That's an extra.
Man, tell it.
That's an extra. You right.
That sounds like a lot of zeros.
But I don't want. I said, listen. But I kept saying, yo, I mean, I can't damage the brand more than it's already damaged. I said, nigga, you know what you're doing. Like you know what I mean. You're a thinker, so figure it out. This is my dogs telling me. My dog's not in the business. I go to my dogs about everything. I said, yo, what you think about this? Should I do this? They say, man, it's just money. They see money. They say, nigga, that's free money.
Right.
You go on there and you be who you is. So that's what that was about. It was business. And then when I went to Mona house one day for like a cookout or something, or a pool party or something. And when she said I said to her something about watching the show. She said, I don't watch the show. She knew what I watched. No, I don't watch the show. I watch it in editing and shit like that. And I said something else about kids watch the show. She said, my kids don't watch the show. right then and there, I knew it was only business. So guess what? So when the episodes that came out that I was on, I never watched it. I never promoted it. I never got on my Instagram and said, go watch it. Nothing, never. I never went on the radio and talked about it. It's just business.
I mean, you would have to do that if her own kids and she's not watching her own show. Why would you do it?
If they're not paying you for the extra promo,
you
don't give no extra.
Yeah, but but even if it's not about the.
No. Let's not put that out into the air. If it's good business and it's a situation that you got a connection with,
business was all good.
Do that.
Business
Right.
was good, but there was no need for me to watch the show.
If she's not watching her own show,
and I'm gonna be honest, I don't like watching me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna watch this.
I don't watch
you're not
myself.
gonna watch this. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to avoid it.
No, I don't. I really don't like watching me.
You stay off social media when I start dropping these.
No,
shows.
it's all right. I promote it. It's all good.
Right.
But I don't like watching me. I don't like the look. I don't like the way I look.
What?
You don't like the way you look. You didn't like the way your voice sounds.
I'm with everything
what
you
What
say.
are you doing here?
Bro, I agree. I agree. Bro, listen.
I don't like the sound of my
I've
voice.
never watched myself.
I don't like watching me.
He watches and tells me.
You know what makes me feel good when other people talk about it.
Yeah, there you go. Facts.
But you don't watch it all.
I don't watch it. They say, yo,
It's hard.
An interview, man. You a real nigga. I said,
Thank you.
thank you.
Right.
Yo, Maino, I seen you when you was up there talking to Matt Hoffa and MECC. You was up there with HYNAKEN, you and ESSO and them niggas. You was talking some real shit and it touched my soul. That's it. So I don't do it for me to watch it.
Right.
I'm gonna spit it.
You was here.
I'm here. I'm
right.
living in real time. I don't do it for me to watch it. I don't gotta watch it. I'm living it.
Right.
I'm living it. I don't gotta watch it. I don't gotta run the playback.
Right.
I'm watching. I'm not gonna call you tomorrow and say, yo, can you take this out? I'm not gonna do none of that.
Right.
It's a Brooklyn nigga.
Gotta love it.
Clap it up. No, what y'all doing? Oh, you
Queens
missed
niggas
that.
do that.
No, you know like a
Queens niggas do that.
You missed it. You ain't see what just happened. We had to.
Be honest with you. We a more superior race. Brooklyn niggas.
Get out of here. Y'all been waiting for this moment.
Shit.
To be honest with you.
Maino helped because they've been waiting for this moment.
Yo, son, it's real though.
I go with
He not lying to
Yo,
you.
listen.
That's so he not lying to you.
Listen.
That's
the truth.
He's absolutely
Me and this dude, listen.
It's a hard to do.
Get out of here, Maino.
You know I love Queens.
You've been my guy. Brooklyn, my second borough.
Cambria Heights.
Look, I'm gonna tell y'all niggas why Brooklyn niggas is the way it is. In Brooklyn, it was about your reputation.
Yeah, you always say that.
So you had to have a strong moral standard, or at least a standard of how you were treated or how you moved. Other people, they could go different places, do fuck shit over here and be a real nigga over here, this, that. Brooklyn wasn't like that. You couldn't walk in certain places if niggas didn't know what you was about.
Queens
Y'all
has
niggas
the
was
exact
letting
same
nmes
shit.
infiltrate y'all all day.
They don't think so.
Told you that.
I don't know. I'm just listening to them act like it's Brooklyn. I'm just listening to them act like that's only in Brooklyn. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. This nigga know how Queens niggas get down to this my man.
No, listen. Understand me. No, just for argument's sake. I love Queens, bro. That is my actual second borough. Like, I grew up in Queens as well. Like, my cousins, God rest their soul, grew up on the north side. Farmers, Liberty, you know, Henderson.
The Liberty's still Southside.
He's talking about the
Liberty
200s.
down, right.
Oh, down there, okay.
200s up. Farmers, nigga. All right? So what I'm saying to you is this. I'm very, very, very,
Well versed.
very versed in Queens. So this is why I know that we, as Brooklyn niggas, are a superior race.
It's like when he goes with it.
No, I knew where he was going the whole time. But he's the guest. He gotta get it off.
You gotta let him have it.
He gonna get it off.
This is we superior.
The superior
You just
race
gotta
is Harlem.
experience.
You just gotta.
Harlem got it. Harlem dudes started this. We invented this, and everybody else followed us. I mean,
Of course.
It's all good, love.
Harlem, yeah, gotta love Harlem.
You know what I'm saying? He is where it's always.
Let me say this to you, my nigga. Jesus loves you.
He loves you too. He loves you too.
Hold on. Let's see it.
You said what? Harlem?
He loves you too. Harlem.
What is Harlem? What is that?
Harlem is the Mecca.
Of what?
Before we got to Brooklyn, your family came from Harlem. Before they got to Queens, your family came from Harlem.
Well, I'm gonna say
that
this
is
to
a
you.
fact.
When
the black folks first got to New York, they came to Harlem.
Heard you. I respect that. Understand that more. Now my heart goes out to that. But let me say this to you though, nigga. Harlem, what is that? Is that an area? Where you really from? What does your mail say? Think you from Manhattan.
But it's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
Your mail don't say such and such, Harlem, New York. Why should you say Brooklyn, New York, nigga?
But we all know Harlem and Manhattan is a major difference.
No.
And he knows that.
No.
He's
The
aware
history
of
of
that.
Harlem, I respect.
He's aware of that.
Shout out to Harlem.
His partner, his brother not here right now.
Shout out to Jim Joe. Shout out to Jim Joe.
Harlem, it's Manhattan keeps on making it, Brooklyn keeps on taking it. That wasn't Harlem.
Right.
We take well.
That wasn't Harlem.
That
That wasn't Harlem. That was real Harlem niggas.
Take well.
They definitely number one with the change.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna toast to that?
Vice versa.
Beef patties.
No. Hold on.
You believe this?
Vice versa.
No. I'll squash this right now. Hold on. No.
Squash it, man.
I'll squash this right now.
No, you won't.
When you first came home, you talked about somebody put you on a record. Was it a Brooklyn nigga or was it a Queens
He's
nigga?
a Harlem nigga.
Cormega sound like a Queens nigga. to me.
Cormega sound like a Queens legend to me. When you first came home, who put you on your first record though?
Your Queens niggas
Hold on.
Who put you on your first record?
Online.
Let's hear this.
These are his words, not mine.
You're mad. Hold on, man.
His words,
Hold on.
His words, not mine.
All right. One at a time.
No. Hold on. Let me say this though. Shout out to Cormega, shout out to K-Slade. It's like the same time, right?
Yeah.
But let me just tell you something that maybe you didn't understand. Cormega was coming to Brooklyn, though. He felt a certain type of love in Brooklyn. He was pulling up in Fort Greene on Carlton Avenue. In Fort Greene, he felt a different kind of love. That's what that brought.
You know why? Because Queens niggas are thorough. We go anywhere.
Brooklyn niggas go everywhere. I wouldn't say that.
I did. Didn't he come to Brooklyn?
But I wouldn't.
You're not the standard Queens nigga. You
I'm
and
not
him.
the standard Queens nigga.
You and ESSO not standard. Y'all different.
Just understand, my nigga. If you took a poll of how many
Who go where?
facts,
If you took a poll,
and you go to
you'll
every
find a
state.
Brooklyn nigga everywhere and
Come on,
anywhere
nigga.
before you find
Niggas is
anybody
on
else.
Mars right now.
Queens niggas, yo, Maino. Queens niggas is everywhere, Maino. Queens niggas is everywhere. You're bugging.
You had
Queens niggas is
You
everywhere.
had to come to Harlem.
Nah, we not going with that. We not going with that.
Niggas know I'm really connected.
Let's give it. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, I know Queens niggas is everywhere. Don't do that.
Was getting the real money was Harlem and Queens.
People know that.
Dudes in Brooklyn was
Everybody
in the
know that I'm
desert.
connected to
They
certain
had to
Queens niggas.
travel
No,
to
we
Queens
didn't.
and Manhattan because they were the ones getting the money. They were the ones living the life.
niggas don't
They
believe
were the
that.
ones.
Y'all do know that.
All right.
Brooklyn dudes, it was
They
a
go to the
desert
Bronx.
out there.
Manhattan
Don't do
niggas-
that to
Harlem
get
niggas go to the
evil
Bronx.
and go to
And
Queens
that's that.
and
Jersey.
Harlem to go
Yeah.
sit,
They don't go
do
to- Harlem
something,
niggas
try to
go to
rob,
Brooklyn, though.
to try to take.
Harlem niggas
That's
do not go
the
to Brooklyn.
truth, my dude.
Harlem niggas
That's not
Harlem
true.
niggas go to Brooklyn.
No, man, I'm
he's
well
good.
known in Brooklyn. Well known.
That's cool.
You fear me. Yo, listen.
And I'm the one in this room that could vouch what you were saying. I'm the one in this room
This
that
my
could
nigga,
vouch
man.
that when we was in a gang with over 100 niggas, the females was all around you.
100%. What female? Everybody know I like that.
The topic is changed.
Speaking of that, though,
Oh,
Speaking of that.
and that was all Brooklyn guys. And I was the one Harlem guy with him with a whole bunch of Brooklyn
And everybody was saying, yeah, that's my man. He from Brooklyn, leave him alone. Right. So,
You got
I love
I mean, you talked about this before. You got
Come on, man. We all the same.
I think we all love all boroughs.
We all
Yeah.
the same.
Queens,
To be real,
I love Queens.
I love all boroughs.
I appreciate Queens
I be in
people.
Harlem right now. Everybody
I love
know.
Queens.
Maino be on 1200. Everybody know I be in Harlem.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah,
I went up to Harlem the other day with 20
love
KLRs. Pull up on
Harlem.
my man Black. Shout out to my brother Black, Jim Jones, all them niggas. I pulled up on the dirt bike. Everybody know the big KLRs. Big Kawasaki KLR 650. Everybody know. 20 deep. They see Maino out there. With the super trap on the bike, loud pipe. They see me throwing it.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
Doing the Alpo.
Yeah.
Speaking of Alpo, on the day that he passed, he posted a picture.
Yeah.
You want to break that?
I did it.
You want to
No, I gotta tell you what I said. I did,
Right.
Yo, that's, oh, man.
What happened?
You posted a picture, one of your homies.
Demencio actually wasn't one of my homies, but somebody that I looked up to.
Right.
Somebody that represents something ever in my upbringing represents a certain type of lifestyle. So when we talk about niggas flashing, getting money, he was that. Right? So yeah, I posted a picture, right? And then I seen a lot of niggas going at me. Talking about me. Saying shit. Oh, you wasn't saying that shit. Blah, 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 when he was alive. And I'm saying to myself, are these niggas smoking crack? I've been talking crazy for years about him. You niggas just ain't been listening. I've been talking crazy. I was talking crazy before he even got out of jail. Then I was still talking crazy. I had a line in a song that said we should have been killed Alpo for Demencio.
In the song.
That was in 2017, Party in Pain. I had a song with young what's his name? He got killed. What's the kid that got killed in Atlanta? I forgot his name.
Vaughn?
No, in Atlanta. The little before that. No, in New Orleans.
New Orleans. Oh, Young Greatness.
Young Greatness.
Yes, a good dude.
I had a song with Young Greatness called Tired. On an album called Party in Pain. Got Davies on there, Fat Joe on there, Young Greatness on there. I got a song called Tired. On that song, I say we should have been killed Alpo for Demencio. I've been talking crazy. I've been saying that. But here's the thing. Information is relative. If you're not patched in, you feel like, oh, why wasn't you saying that before? And I'm saying I've been talking crazy.
Right.
He knew I've been talking crazy. He knew that because there was a rumor that went out on the internet that he was at a party in Jim Jones' house. Right? That was a rumor, right?
Right.
No, it wasn't a rumor, it was a lie. It was a lie. That he was at Jim Jones' house, that we was there. That was an absolute lie. If you see the footage of him talking to Queen's Flip about that, he says, yeah, I wouldn't have been in there with them. You know, Maino, Jim Jones, I would have never been in there. You know, Maino, Demencio, like he understood that. You know why he understood that? Because he know I've been talking like that. I was always talking like that. If you go listen to my music, you're gonna always hear that, references about that. Always. But here we go again. Information is what? It's relative. If you don't know, you're not in the know, so you don't know.
Right.
So we got a bunch of niggas that's online talking about shit that they don't know.
That's facts.
Constantly. You're
All the
making up
time.
stories. You're saying things that's not true.
Right.
That is absolutely not true. There's songs that you can pull up for years about me naming him. saying his name in a disrespectful manner because of how I felt. Period, point blank, whether I was right or wrong. And I'm not here to say I was right. I'm just here to tell you what it is. I said that. I didn't wait till he was off the earth to talk slick.
Right.
Been talking like that.
Why was it important for you to make references to that situation?
I think I'm from Bedford, Stuyvesant. Right?
Right.
That's where I'm from. Demetrius a legend. His son.
Yeah.
His family. I'm cool with. I know them very well. I'm one of the premier artists that come from Bed-Stuy. Gotta represent my heritage, what I come from, the line that I come from. It don't matter that I've never had a conversation with him. I never said that I did. But I've always kept it true to who I was. And I always stood on my business. And I always stood on what I believed in. And I believed in that we should have been took care of that. That's how I feel. That's how I felt. That's what I spoke. And I spoke that. I didn't wait till the opportune time. I didn't wait till it was safe.
Right.
That ain't even who I am. But like the internet is what it is. And that's the only thing that's undefeated is that. And what am I gonna do? Go on the internet and try to straighten it out?
Nah.
I'm too official, way too official to straighten out a rumor. I'm way too real to talk about and give you an excuse about a nigga making a story. I'm way too thorough to try to straighten out a lie. You believe it? You believe it. Why should I try to make you unbelieve some shit? Because guess what? You niggas been watching me since 2000 and what? 4, 5? You been out here with me. You see I've been representing. You watch me with crowns on my head. Crowns. You see me at the Breakfast Club. It's footage. You see me outside in the club with crowns on my head in the middle of New York City. And we ain't seen nobody say nothing.
Right.
And then you niggas get on the internet 10 years later to talk stupid. Make it make sense. Ain't nobody never played with me. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Ain't no footage.
Undefeated on camera.
Ain't no footage.
Told you.
Ain't no time.
I can't be mad at it.
Undefeated.
Can't be mad at it.
Ain't no error
Right.
where you say niggas play with boy.
Right.
Niggas wait and start to congregate amongst each other to like I would always say, they can't beat you one way, they try to beat you with lies.
Right. When the hate don't work, they start telling lies.
Right. Hate didn't work, so they come up with other shit.
Right.
And guess what I do? Every time I sit back and go like this. I let you have your way. And we drop lobby boys.
Bow, bow. Boom, bow, bow. Now we seeing you, Jim, Davies, Fab in the finest attire in the gym. What's going on in there, man?
Man, being fly is a job, nigga.
Yeah.
Woo. That shit is a job. And then here's the thing about some of that.
Right.
Some of these niggas that's on the internet, when I look at them, I say, damn, them niggas is bums.
They watching. They watching. Say to the camera. They watching.
I really say, damn, look at these niggas.
Right.
You see, here's the thing, there's a lot happening on the internet, YouTube. We in an era where it's cool to try to cap. Not just cap, but niggas want to like...
Make your image different, change your image around.
Niggas want to kind of like go at rappers.
Right.
But then, we look at the niggas that's talking. Let's look at the niggas that's talking. Look at you niggas. Look at you niggas. Have you looked at you niggas? Have you even looked in the mirror? You niggas is crazy. You can never. Think about it.
Are you still offended that they had a problem with your clothes?
They had a problem with his clothes.
I'm just saying, last time we spoke, you was like, niggas had a problem with my clothes.
Check this out.
Yeah.
In this game, niggas have an issue with what you say, have an issue with what you didn't say,
Right.
have an issue with what you wearing,
Right.
have an issue with what you stand on. They got an issue with everything.
Right.
It's like, I'm supposed to patch all this shit up? No. I'm gonna let you have your opinion. Is that what your opinion is? Because your opinion is based on some bullshit anyway. Your opinion is based on some bullshit. It's not based on fact.
Right.
But guess what? You like it, I love it. You getting views. Is that what make your life go round? I like it. I watch it. I laugh.
Right.
But guess what? It ain't gonna stop these bitches from sucking and fucking. It ain't gonna get in the way of none of this bread and these opportunities and this business that we doing. And we talking about business.
Right.
It ain't gonna stop none of that. It ain't gonna get in the way of nothing. If it did, then it'd be a different story. I'd be angry. Some of these niggas they disgruntled. And I understand because they motivated by something that I'm not, and that's views. I'm not motivated by views. So what I do is pure. I'm up here because it's pure. This is real talk. I'm not motivated by what it could be and how much views I can get.
Right.
That's not why I'm here. But these guys, they motivated by that, so they say anything. They do anything.
Right. But I gotta remind you.
Yeah.
You made rumors.
I made rumors.
You made rumors.
Because what did I tell you? I wanted to get in the game.
Right.
I was looking.
Some of these guys
Yeah.
are trying to get in the game.
To even go deeper, is this karma? Is this your karma? There was a time when you talked crazy and clowned rappers left, right, and center.
Keisha Cole.
And then you
all that shit. You know what you did.
Is this Maino? Is this Maino?
I tell you what though, if this is my karma, it's very easy. So I ask you.
Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's easy.
This?
Sometimes
Let me say this. Niggas done went and said all kinds of shit about me on the internet. No facts, unproven shit, folklore, made up shit, lies, whatever. I sat back and let them do it. I allowed them to have their time. It's cool. Do your thing.
Right.
Get your version of whatever story you're telling. It's one thing I'll tell you is this. Any nigga that ever had beef with me that go past 20 years, we ain't even enemies no more, nigga.
Don't make no sense.
I beat you niggas a long time ago. I lapped you niggas in life.
Right. Thanks.
What we talking about?
Wow.
These niggas is living they days, they old days. They reliving their old days now.
Yeah.
My best is still in front of me, nigga. What's wrong with you? I'm the greatest. What's wrong with you niggas? What we talking about? You listen to the niggas on YouTube that say I did what? Who? You know me for how many years? You taking word from this nigga? Unfounded? To say what? You don't know this nigga, but you've been watching me for how many years?
Right.
That's because you want to believe that.
Right.
Can't help you.
Sometimes you win so much that they want to see you lose.
Of course you do.
It's called the Floyd Mayweather
There it
effect.
And you see these, and guess what I just did?
It's called life.
Guess what I just did?
What's that?
Reset!
Let's go.
Look at me now, slide!
Let's go.
Top 50.
Top 50.
Top 50 urban.
Lobby boys, go cop that, you heard?
Billboard 100.
You heard?
Right now.
Stream that, you heard?
In the country, right now. Not before. We're not over here with old stories. We over here with now stories. What we talking about? Who we talking about? Me versus who? It ain't no me versus none of these niggas. It's like me versus a piece of shit. Honestly. How could I be a verse a piece of shit? It's a piece of shit. It's like, it's a piece of shit. It's just a piece of shit. It's like, what's that? What's that, Maino? You pick it up.
It's a piece of shit.
It's a piece of shit. It don't work. It's not me versus these niggas. You know what it is? It's them versus themselves. Because guess what? And I tell these niggas all the time. Any enemy of mine, any adversary of mine, anybody that I have issue with, life is doing you niggas way dirtier than I could ever do you niggas.
That's all facts.
You ain't gotta worry about me.
Thanks.
I don't even have to worry about you. You know why? Because I lapped you niggas. Long time ago. Just off life. You niggas.
What we talking about?
What we talking about?
What we talking about?
We talking about YouTube niggas with unfounded stories and their opinions on niggas. But, oh, these old niggas in the lobby. I love you niggas. I want you to be great. But you niggas' struggle is different than mine. You niggas been through suffering that I ain't been through. You feel me? You niggas been through shit that I ain't been through, that I don't want to go through. You understand me? I'm not looking for you niggas. I don't have an issue with these niggas. Guess what I never seen before? Ever. And everybody know. One thing everybody know about this. It's my job to be outside. It's my job to be in Queens. It's my job to be in California. It's my job to be in different places. It's my job. It's my job to be visible. For lack of better terms, it's my job to be outside. Guess what I never seen before? Anything. Never seen a nigga ever talk to me ever.
An internet nigga.
Out of place. You know why? If a nigga ever said something to me, like they be talking in the comments.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.